everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a D&D sex icon. We're back today on episode 4 of the Tomb of Annihilation, if my maths is correct. And we are back with a full cast and crew and a new player, a new challenger who is entering the ring today. I'm very, very excited to go around and introduce us all. But let's start with our fantastic Dungeon Master for tonight, Mr. Grimjack21502. How's it going, Greg?
Oh, doing well, man. I'm looking forward to this. Possibly we could get out of Port Nyanzaru today. I have been sifting through the notes and copious notes of the 9 trickster gods, what they gave me last session. I think I've made it through that one. I'm ready for what they have in store for us today. I hope the characters are in store for what I have for them today. And let's do this.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I like it. Well, let's go round to meet our old crew for now. Let's get out of the way, same as we do every week. Mike, how's it going, dude?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, I had a great weekend. I went to New York Comic Con, and now I'm back here after a 4-hour journey. Listened to some podcast of Annihilation, listened to some Turncloaks podcast, which is pretty good. Good to hear Josh cry more and more, which is my favorite thing in the world, is to hear Josh cry. And now I'm here to hopefully get murdered in a violent way by a Triceratops. Let's call it. We'll see what happens. But I will be reprising my role as Hezekiah Crowsbane, the party's potential guide and/or noble mystery? Question mark?
Maybe.
We'll see what happens.
All right, awesome. We also have Mr. Encounter Josh back today. How you doing, Josh?
I'm good. I've been. He wasn't even watching Turncloaks. Mike just likes to call me when I'm upset and listen to me cry. I will be back crying more as we dive deep and delve even deeper into the Tomb of Annihilation. I am playing Quinn Kalin of Clan Cain, who is entirely fine. There are no curses. There aren't all of the curses. I am not cursed more than any man.
Anything.
That isn't Mike. Yeah, so it's going to be good. I'm super looking forward to it. And
at this point, you are basically treasure on an island that no one can find unless they know how to find it. At this point, that's how fucking cursed you are, dude.
Exactly. I'm super excited for that. So bring it on.
All right, awesome. We also have Mr. Strider. He's back with us today. How you doing, Strider?
I'm doing well. Mike wants to be killed by a Triceratops, but been there, done that.
Got a t-shirt.
I got a t-shirt. 3 out of 10, too much water, wouldn't suggest it. Today I'm playing Rurik, most noble paladin, and he has no idea how to be a paladin, so he's just acting the way he thinks a noble, awesome knight would. So it'll be fantastic.
Awesome. As for myself, I'll be reprising my role as Grob, the half-orc barbarian who has a pair of spectacles on his head at all times. Tries to find his way around the place, but he's actually really moody this week. He's been cursed last week to be super fucking edgy. So we've got an edgy half-orc barbarian idiot going around. It's a good time. But I digress. Let's get to our very special player who's returning to us from a long sojourn from across the seas. We have Mr. Mythomatic back with us today. How's it going, Myth?
Hey everybody, how you doing? What's up, guys? What's up, chat?
I've been making excited noises. I guess for those of you who may be new to the channel, who haven't seen you on the channel for a long time, Myth, who the hell are you, dude?
Yeah, so my name is Mythomatic. I am a roleplay streamer. I enjoy long walks on the Twitch, and I'm a voice actor, and I used to be a full-time cast member here on the show. So if you're like, wait, he looks familiar, it's because I am.
He is one of the clones that we've created and send off into the world to destroy the rest of Twitch. Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Well, talk to us about Al-Azhar.
Yes. So I'm playing Al-Azhar. Al-Azhar is he's an old seasoned wizard. He has a lot up his sleeve, but he only really does. He's a pacifist wizard. He's probably destroyed many things in his past, but he enjoys now trying not to hurt others. He will if he needs to, but he doesn't. He's kind of taken a step back from the aggressive nature of spells. So he's a pacifist wizard. I only have spells that are pretty like the not like I've got grease. I have create water. I think I've got like stinking cloud. I've got all the weird controlling spells,
Nice.
but nothing like no fireballs or crazy any nuts of stuff like that. So it's kind of a fun character. We're gonna be figuring out the character as he kind of figures out himself, and we'll see what that's all about.
Amazing. I'm super excited. Yeah, Pfart says, I don't know, must be a new streamer. Yeah, I've seen this guy around before. Must be new around here. Well, it's funny because some people on the YouTube channel will be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, listen to him. I love it. But yeah, welcome back, Myth. Welcome back, the family. Welcome back, players. Welcome back, everybody watching in the stream. If you are just joining into Annihilation, we're going to do a recap as to our previous episodes in just a few moments. And of course, for today's episode, you can, of course, interact with today's shows. As per usual, if you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and join us. We're 2 followers away from you guys screwing with the party, giving us some fucking awful thing which happens immediately, which would be a nice way to welcome back Myth to the campaign, I'm very sure. Also, here's a tweet for you guys. We're halfway there in the retweets already, and of course, as you guys well know by this point, as last week there was something like, I don't know, $300 to $400 worth of donations about these curses. You can affect the game by giving players nat 1s, you can give them nat 20s, you can give them wild magic surges, and you can give them curses as well. I think we've decided it's a Halloween-themed thing. For over £10, you can screw with us, you can give us all sorts of terrible things on that D100 curse table, as we're going to bring into effect some of those this week as well. Greg is going to explain how some of these are going to be working in our campaign, and how he has adapted them to work with the Tomb of Annihilation. So, other than that, Greg, my friend, do you want to talk us over a little bit about this campaign, a little bit about what's happening in the game as well?
Yeah, basically what we've set up so far. I just read the Tom Hanks comment. That's funny.
JJ, what am I doing
here? JJ, what am I doing here? Is it still doubled, by the way? I haven't heard it for a while.
I don't know. Someone host.
I'm just gonna believe that it is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna believe that it is. Okay, yeah, so for the game so far, what we basically, the characters, if you're just joining us, have just made it to Chult proper, Port Nyanzaru. And during their initial exploration of the city, they uncovered some personal things and some rather public things as far as the party is concerned. They ran afoul of some of the local citizenry. They had a bit of a fisticuff moment, which left 3 locals dead. When they retreated to Kaya's House of Repose, which is a local inn, they experienced some more crazy things, courtesy of the 9 trickster gods. Which leads me to my next segment of this little interlude. Any curses that come into play will come into play. Because they are so devastating, I have been adapting them so it doesn't just kill the party outright. But if you get a curse and you curse somebody in this game, my beautiful, my wonderful 9 trickster gods, you will see that curse. We will read them online and you will know exactly what they are as soon as they are rolled by the players. But then I reserve the right to adjust them. I maintain their level of assholery, but I make them slightly more palatable to the, or whatever that word was, to the players. And then once we have that all done, we have left the players in their cursed and broken states. In front of one of the merchant princes of Port Nyanzaru. There are 7 merchant princes that essentially rule the city. One of them they ran afoul of because the 3 locals that they had the skirmish with earlier were actually hirelings of this prince. The prince's name is Jobel, and we ended with him basically surrounding the players.
Absolutely. Also, can confirm the hosting is definitely doubled still. I love that sound. It appears right where your head is, which is perfect. Also, for a note, Yami is giving a sub-wild magic surge to Mike, even though he doesn't exist. So, Mike, you can start off rolling that in a couple of minutes here. Well, yeah, other than that, guys, let's fucking dive into this. Do you want to pick up from exactly where we left off there, Greg?
Yes, we are. What I would like to do, too, is I promised chat, the 9 trickster gods, that when we did roll a curse, even though it wouldn't, if it doesn't come up during the course of an episode, that in outros that we would say what exactly the specific 9 trickster god viewer decisions were. We didn't get a chance to do that last week, Will. So if you would tell them what exactly happened to Grob when he received this.
Yeah, I will do that. I also want to thank Urban Lady, donates £10 to give me a cursor, or to 70 already. Holy shit, it begins. Alright, let me find what happened to Grob last week. Let's see, where am I? There
I have it if you need it.
I think I found it. I'm not the time. Oh, I am, yeah. Okay, so this was one about my shadow one, first of all, I'll read out. So, if a killing blow is landed by Grob Prime, which is me, Shadow Grob agrees to serve Grob Prime and can be summoned once every 7 days. Shadow Grob has all the stats and abilities of Grob Prime, however his alignment is chaotic evil. Should Grob Prime be killed or knocked unconscious while Shadow Grob is active, Grob Prime can only make death saves on a successful DC 18. Holy fuck. If Shadow Grob dies, Grob Prime's death save DC reverts to normal. Also, during the above scenario, Shadow Grob is no longer under Grob Prime's control. Fuck me, alright. The other, this one's the Milky Tentacle, right? Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Modification. Milky white food tentacle appears whenever he eats. However, if Grob bests the tentacle in an athletics check, the tentacle respects its prowess and agrees to work with him one time. Grob gains the ability to cast a version of Evard's Black Tentacle, which is my favourite spell, with the following edit. Instead of a 20-foot square, it's only a 5-foot area of effect. The use is not cumulative. Once employed, the Milky White Tentacle will disappear, but may remain 1d7 days later. And the mirror image is the original curse. Grob must fire a mirror image of myself at a point that Greg decides upon in the game. So housekeeping.
Right, yeah, okay, so that's it. And then the other thing that you received was you had a personality adjustment.
That's right.
And you also received, as part of the viewer decision last week, a psionic ability that was able to do, was it 2d10?
2d10.
2d10. So, but the personality adjustment is what I wanted for you to talk about. Grob was, anytime a viewer decision comes up, the boons of the trickster gods can be very powerful, but they also carry a flaw, and the flaw is in the form of a PC or character adjustment that these gentlemen have to then incorporate into their character on the fly, in addition to the numerous other shit that you guys are throwing at them, which gives me time to sit around and figure out what I'm going to do next, which is nice.
Yep.
But Will, what happened to Grob as far as personality last week?
Yeah, he no longer cares about anyone else. It's his personality trait, so he's super fucking edgy, basically. He's like, yeah, I guess I'll do that. But that's pretty much as much as you're getting out of Grob at the moment.
Right, he's like Teen Groot.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Going for a phase.
Yes, it's a little rebellious. What we'll do is, leaving Myth out of it real quick, the other three guys who were equally cursed with horrific shit, we'll bring it up as it becomes relevant. Narratively, I'm going to incorporate, Rorik received some magic items that will be brought into the story at specific points. Mike received some horrific shit, which gave him a disadvantage on basically anything rogue related. He's a rogue. So we're going to work around that a little bit. Josh got a lot of, strangely enough, druid specific curses, and he playing a druid. So we're going to do that in turn with the narrative. But I'd like to start us back out in the home of the merchant Prince Jobel, and he has just finished saying that you have been causing problems in my city. You killed my men, and we can't have that. So the authorities have already been notified. It's the execution has run for you.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Guys, am I
this
right?
point-
Is it just me? Is he being a dick or something, or is it just me?
To give you guys a visual too, Jobel's standing in front of you. I can probably pop him back up. You are surrounded by what seems to be a well-nigh endless stream of identically uniformed and clad guardsmen to the three that you killed earlier, the black outfits, the hoods. However, these are a little bit more exposed, and you can see some iconography and some insignias that happen to be displayed. They don't seem to be like for public display, but you kind of caught them unaware. So I'd like everyone to roll a history check for me, please.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, 5, man.
But not me.
Rorik knows
right?
his shit.
And just yell them out.
Yeah, I don't think just the three of us for now.
Yeah, I don't exist.
Just like a 20.
Not Myth yet.
At 20, baby. I know everything actually. It just so happens.
I got a 23.
Nice. Okay,
This
so
is
Tell anybody
Jobel.
because you only care about yourself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell any of you.
okay. So did you guys get Jobel up there?
Yeah, I got him on the.
They pop. Okay.
He's
So
popping.
for Grob and Hezekiah, for different reasons, these insignias kind of pull from your shattered and somewhat, since you two were both just recently mended by grandfather at the Temple of Savras, your memories are becoming clearer, and you have a moment of clarity when you see this symbol, and you recognize it from both stories and from practice that these appear to be Zentarium agents.
Right. They're edgy like me. I like it. Okay. In that case, I will move my hand towards my my great axe and slowly start to unsling it. You're taking me anywhere, pal.
Yes, Jodgel, was it? It was merely a misunderstanding. It was merely a misunderstanding. They pissed us off, so we killed them.
You killed
Yes,
three of
I
them.
believe they tried to accost us and steal our goods.
Did they?
I
Oh.
was told that you killed
Yes.
3 of my men and robbed them.
They was trying to rob us. First of all,
Yes.
they wanted us to take. They wanted to take us to some guy that we didn't know much about, and if we didn't, they were gonna hurt us. So he swung the first blow at me, and I defended myself. Just so happened I took off his face.
So you didn't rob them.
Nope,
What would we have robbed from?
only of their lives. Which
Roll
is
me a deception check. Whoever is saying that you did not rob them.
quite
has
a big
bad.
robbery, I guess, robbing someone's life. Yeah, my I've got nothing on charisma. 2. No.
Would you? Yeah. No. Would
I rolled a
Mike
2.
get?
Oh. Yeah, Mike, what'd you get?
Much better than a 2. 19.
Okie dokie.
Oh, roll reversal. Also, that is a viewer decision, Greg.
Okay. For this one, taking Will out of the equation and including our newest player, Myth, vote for the cast member that you think most deserves one of these special 9 trickster god boons and tricks.
All right, I'll get up the click map, my friends, and we'll begin.
Okay, he stares at you, specifically Hezekiah, and says, right now in your pocket, you do not have a ruby.
You see, I have a great many things. I have a diamond sword, if you will. I have that for sure.
Do you
A
have
ruby?
a
I don't. Do I have a ruby? I don't think so. No.
Hezekiah, did you rob this poor gentleman?
Did I rob a man? No, I did no such thing. I haven't touched a ruby.
Oh, well, there you go. You heard him. He didn't touch a ruby.
I haven't seen any
Okay.
ruby.
Rorik, you saw him take that.
Technically, I didn't touch a ruby.
Right, but Rorik did see him take that, so I
Hey.
need you to roll a deception check.
A ruby floated into my pocket.
Oh, no. If
Rorik
Rurik saw it, he'll just be. Oh,
Yeah, you saw
wait.
one float into my pocket.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
wait,
wasn't
wait.
like a sleight of hand check, yeah.
Also, you guys can click on the screen to vote for who you would like to Bane and Boone.
Yeah,
Joshua.
it was an invisible sleight of hand check.
I think our friend Jodgel here is talking about that floating ruby that went into your
Jobal.
pocket, friend.
A floating
Yes.
ruby went in my pocket. How did this happen? What? Why would this ruby doesn't have magical properties? Why would it float into my pocket?
At this point, you guys are surrounded by what looks to be, including Jobal, there are 5 of these agents behind Jobal. There appear to be more in the back room, kind of waiting to come in. And there appear to be at least another 5 in the door behind you, leading out into the street.
Listen, pal, if we were to find this ruby, would you be able to send off your friends here in the Illuminati?
I know where the ruby is. It's in his pocket.
So, Hezekiah, is that true? I am
Give him the
shocked.
ruby.
I could look around, and I begin like patting my. Oh, what is this? I have never seen this before. How did it get in my pocket? And I hold out the ruby.
Greg, real quick, kind of unrelated. What's the weather like?
Currently, it's evening time, and like it
Balmy.
almost always is, yeah, it's incredibly
okay,
warm,
unrelated.
incredibly humid, and it's just like a heavy, heavy mist that anywhere else in the realms will be considered rain, but here is just perpetual.
Okay.
We could just give him the ruby, Hezekiah. You know?
Well, I guess if it's worth several dozen men, here's your ruby.
See, Judge, we have nothing but goodwill towards you and your people.
He motions for you to put it on the counter that's between the two of you.
We were looking to get away from here. That's why we came to you. Because we heard that, well, we want to get out of city. It seems like you want us out of the city as well, so maybe you just send us on our way, you know?
The gods have aligned our goals.
You believe that you can come into this city, my city, kill my men, take from me, and because you give it back, I am to forget, and then aid you?
I was hoping forgive and then forget.
At this point, with a nod from Jobel, all the present, the 5 behind you and the 5 behind him, pull their swords.
Okay, yeah, my axe is out. You want to do this, boys, do you? You want to do this?
Quinn looks at the man and just says, "Look, I understand that you're going through a lot of..." No, I don't actually understand. We've returned to you what belongs to you. It doesn't actually belong to you, it belongs to the earth, but we'll skip past that entirely. I know how possessive you freaks are. And we'll get straight down to the fact that we have business to attend to, and I don't give a damn how many jewels you have in that stupid house of yours. I'm not particularly in the mood to tangle with these hired goons. So whatever your misgivings are towards us, I would recommend you leave us be, because I really don't think you can afford to replace the amount of men that we are about to kill. Quinn's had a bad day.
Right. Well, yeah. I don't believe you understand me. You have already broken the laws of Port Nyanzaru. It has been identified and you have been pointed out to the authorities. I am merely here to take you into custody. If you best us, if you kill my men and kill myself, you will face an entire city. The other 6 merchant princes are as one when it comes to criminal activity. You did not have leave. You did not have our permission to kill anyone. You did not have our leave to rob from me. I am the offended party. It is just fortuitous that you came to me.
So what you're saying is
What
we're
if I
back
offer
to...
you a counter punishment?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Are you going to rewrite the laws of the city?
I can't wait to hear
No,
this
but
one.
if we are sentenced to die...
You are not
Why not?
sentenced to die.
Oh, then where are we sentenced to?
You are sentenced to the executioner's run. If you survive, you are free men.
Oh,
So I looked
that
up
seems
my...
fun. That's terrible.
I looked at my curse real quick. My movement speed is doubled, and I must use my full movement each of my turns in combat, or I suffer 2d10 psychic damage. So I'm ready to run. I'm ready to fucking run at this point.
Just run back and forth towards the man repeatedly and then hit him.
I guess this one will come in next week, but yeah. I say, if we're not gonna die, maybe we should go with these guys. There are 10 of them.
Yes, I thought we were going to be executed. I thought the executioner's run was literally like a street where they execute people.
Whilst they're running.
It's
Exactly.
a flowery expression.
Right, then I'm up for a challenge.
I'm allergic to flowers, but yes. As
Of
much
course
fun
you are.
as needless bloodshed sounds,
Oh,
I think we need to hurry.
How badass do these guys look, Greg? If I were to, like, assess how well they...
Sound badass.
They sound pretty badass. They sure do. But are they, like, actually made out of, like, paper mache? Like, are these guys like, we're the best?
What
But
are their-
actually,
Craig, what
like...
are their stats?
Yeah, give
So
me
we know.
all of their HP.
Okay, if you turn to page of the PDF I sent you, now,
Could I, like, assess how,
how-
their, like, their combat stance, so they have good weaponry?
sure, do they seem seasoned?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
I tell you what, for Grob, why don't you roll me a, let's see, what would be the best fit? Just do me a perception check for him since he's been around fighters before.
It's 22.
22. There's a couple in here that look a little wet behind the ears, but the rest of them, they look pretty fucking tough.
Yeah, so I think Grob's assessment, not he cares about anyone else, but he does care about his own life, is that we're surrounded, they got more than us, and they look like most of them know what they're doing. Time to pack it in, boys.
So, is anyone here going to fight the entire city of Port Nyanzaru?
I throw down my weapon. Fine.
Sounds fun, but we're in a hurry.
Job will kind of casually flicks his hand towards your battle axe. You may keep that.
Could we go on the executioner's sprint or something? So a little bit faster, expedited process, maybe? This sounds really boring. Yeah.
It will be at dawn if that's fast enough for you.
I guess.
That's in several hours. What do we do in the meantime?
We are going to take you into custody, and we'll take you to the old city where you will await your run.
Is it a nice old city? Or like a shabby...
It's all right.
Oh,
It's
in that
okay.
case.
It all depends if you like, rustic.
I love how suddenly completely honest he is. It's like, it's not for everybody.
It's not exactly a tourist trap, but you could spend a nice weekend up there for sure.
Check the reviews online; they're pretty varied. I mean,
Do you think Quinn would like it?
Oh, he'll love it, yes.
Oh, then it's going to be terrible.
To die for, darling.
I look forward to Rurik actually dying from the amount of flowers there are. I have Druidcraft. I'm just gonna start making flowers open all around you just to kill you.
Right. Okay, so you guys are loosely taken into custody. By that I mean none of your possessions are taken. They do, however, take Thesaurus and Raven and separate them from the main group. Rourke, you are explained that Thesaurus is going to be returned to you should you make it through the run. If you do not, Thesaurus will become part of the run. And Raven is ushered away because there is no commingling of the sexes before or during an executioner's run. When you
Does she have to do an executioner's run as well?
As far as you know, yeah, she's going to be running at a separate time.
Okay.
Wonder
You
what track
guys
speed
are.
is.
Let's see. I'll get rid of him. You guys are drugged through the city, and I think I have the Port Nyanzaru map still up. Yeah. And you guys are taken outside the old city to this location.
Oh, over there. Can you ping that again?
Yes, sir.
Aha, over here.
Oh, there it is. You are taken and put inside what is the old city has its name correctly. It seems to be this is a poor section of the city that is outside of the protective walls of Port Nyanzaru. Whereas inside the city, the jungle is in a constant state of not aggression, but symbiosis with the town. Out here, it's aggression. There aren't people that are going around making sure that the vines don't get underneath into the boards and into the rafters and into underneath the roofing plates. And so there's an encroachment going on, and slowly the old city is losing the battle, which I'm sure Quinn appreciates. But you guys are taken into the basement of one of these old facilities, which has been modernized to the point where it has several different cot sections, not necessarily, it's kind of like an open area sleeping quarters. And when you were taken down in there, you notice that there are 5 other people down there. 3 you immediately identify because of their clothing and the color imagery and the color coordination as being Pirates of the Black Spectre, the band that you fought whenever you were aboard the Lady Luck. There is also an older human pacing in the shadows, and there's another maybe middle-aged human dressed in way too fine clothing, finery. And as soon as he sees you walk in, his eyes kind of perk up and he gets up off the ground or off his cot and starts moving towards you. But as for the older gentleman walking in the shadows, Myth, why don't you explain what your gentleman looks like?
Yeah, so Al-Azhar looks much like the guy behind me, except with his hood down, he doesn't have any hair. He's got this long, wispy beard, and these thin eyebrows. He looks as if he's got a very wrinkly skin, almost as if it's been kind of sun-baked as well. The years have not been well for him, but he does look indeed very knowledgeable. He also walks with a hunchback.
And are we in a cell with both the pirates and this old guy?
Yes, and it's not necessarily a cell as it is like a cleaned up area of this basement. There are guards posted at the subterranean staircase that leads in and out of this area. But other than that, you're not shackled. You have all of your equipment with you. It seems that the pirates have all of their equipment with them. It seems that the older gentleman does. But the man dressed in the finery doesn't seem to be carrying any weapons.
I will sit down in this cleaned up area with a huff. And very much like a delinquent teenager, kind of just sit down in a corner of a room and brood. This place sucks. Can't believe we have to go through this executioner's run just because we killed 3 people. I blame you, Hezekiah. You know that? I blame you.
Was it because I killed them?
Mostly yes, and also because you stole that ruby from him.
I
To
could
be
try to
fair,
kill.
I stole the ruby after we had killed them. And it was the one that you killed.
I could try to kill more next time if this wasn't good enough.
Well, there was only 3. We don't want to go actively just kill regular people.
Hold on. What? You're all murderers here.
I believe I am a murderer. He murdered. I think he just happened to be grabbed by us. And he points to Quinn, who was not even at the scene of the murder. And is literally being arrested for no reason.
Yeah. I haven't done anything.
What? Is there any way? Excuse me, could I not have the same cell here?
Well, I feel the same way about you, old man. You smell like mushrooms.
Right. That's because of the mushrooms I had moments ago. Would you like one?
Well, now you mention it, yes, I would like some mushrooms.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Just don't kill me when I'm
Not gonna kill you. Listen, these guys were trying to kill us. That's why we dealt with them. They were trying to get us to go somewhere we didn't want to go. And they drew swords on us and started attacking us, so we fought them back.
Right, of course. We don't just arbitrarily kill people. It's usually when they have something that we want.
Right.
Or have angered us in some way.
Or have given us a slight. Yes.
Or big dinosaur people. Or pirates, like those guys. They tried to kill us.
Then there was the men that were trying to sacrifice the boy. That was that as well.
That was the
We killed
guy,
them.
yep. He was a lizard guy. It was this whole thing. Don't worry about it, old guy. Basically, we're the good guys. At least I am.
The most good, the best good, the goodest good, the most
Have you
noble
heard of good murderers?
I've heard of many things, yes.
We're good murderers.
I like that, good murderers.
That I've not heard of.
Surprise!
Does he
What are
look?
you here for?
Yeah. Does he look like a local to me?
No.
Okay.
What have you
Right,
done?
so
Executioner's run.
it turns out that the mushrooms that you are eating now are not legal in these parts. Oh, by the way, your face is going to start feeling fuzzy. Don't worry about
Oh yeah, it does. That's
it. Yes.
whoa.
It already did.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're in here because of mushrooms.
Yeah, I was trying to make a couple of coin. Yes.
Out of what?
The mushrooms. Trading.
They feel real
Oh,
good.
not literally.
No, I could literally do that, but I mean,
I'm very good at
haven't
making
I
many
thought of
coins.
that?
Do you know anything about Camp Righteous? We're trying to go there.
Camp Vengeance.
Vengeance. That's the one. Vengeance. Wrong one. Wrong campaign, maybe.
Do I?
Yeah, roll a history check for me, man.
Right. History. Let me. The Camp Vengeance, righteous. Could maybe was 23.
So as he's sitting there thinking, and as he's really putting his considerable intelligence to task, you get a flash, and while you recognize the name, you recognize more of the Camp Righteous name than you do the Camp Vengeance name. And you have an idea that it's to the southwest of your current location. You know that's run by some paladins as well, known as the Order of the Gauntlet.
Right. So you are. Which one was it? I'm just trying. I've got one in my mind. Who's vengeance or righteous? Or righteous or vengeance? Which one was it?
Righteous.
You remember Righteous?
Right. I remember there's one camp to the south. Is it south? Which one?
Southwest.
Southwest. That one is Camp Righteous. I don't know of vengeance.
That's all right. Well, that might be a start. Yeah, Rurik.
Yes.
Yeah, southwest.
What?
Okay. Well, that's good that you've heard of it because we're planning on going there, and we need someone who knows about it.
Right.
And
I
you're-
only know it's there.
Well, that's more than we knew.
All right. Well, okay. Great.
That's halfway if you think about it,
it's kind of good though, because I mean,
Yeah.
if I follow you, then I will not actually be, alone, and I will be around with a pack of murderers, so I
When-
will actually be able
yeah.
to defend myself.
Good murderers.
by having you do it. Yes.
When
Sorry.
you think
Good.
about it, knowing that a
Yes.
place exists is 50% of getting to that place.
That's incorrect, but I'm correct.
No, knowing is half the battle.
Thus,
Yes,
it's
sorry,
better
after
to be
battle.
with murderers than against murderers.
We're not murderers, guys. We just happened to kill some people that
I
were
am.
bad.
I haven't actually killed anybody.
No one believes that.
No one cares about you, Quinn. Least of all me.
You've never killed anybody? Ever.
Look at how dirty you are.
And I thought I was.
No one
here.
is going to believe that.
I thought I
Dirtman,
was
we have to
here.
find you somebody to kill.
We don't need to split hairs here on who killed what and when someone killed something. I mean, I believe there's all been a time or two that a fly has been swatted, right?
Right. Exactly.
Or burned.
It looks away. Looks into the
An
middle
oddly
distance.
specific thing you said there.
What?
Burning people or flies.
No. I said swatted.
You didn't, but let's. Anyway, how long have you been here in this cell?
Yeah, what do you know about this executioner's run?
Did I what? Do I what?
This
Sorry.
executioner's
you
run.
know about it.
Yeah. Do you run?
No, oh God, I really hope it's not actually as long as they say it is, because if it's really hopefully just a misnomer, because if it's a run, it's going to be more of a executioner's hobble.
Right.
Well, they can put you on grub.
Yeah, you could come on me, old man.
Not
I hope
the
you
first
mean
time that's been
upon
said.
your back.
Fucking hell.
Could you come on him? Okay.
Phrasing good.
Oh
sir.
man, I'm sorry. Well, I couldn't.
You
miss that
guys
one.
are in prison, so.
I wasn't even in. Oh, god damn it, Mike. Lower the tone of the game.
Last one is a loser.
Greg, you said there was several other people in other cells, right?
No, there are no cells.
Use
This
that
is a
page hand.
open.
Oh,
it's an
one open cell.
Open space area, correct. There are
Okay.
the 3 pirates. And at this point, now that there's a natural break whenever the relationships are beginning to form, so to speak, among the PCs, you see the gentleman dressed in the finery comes over and he kind of weasels his way into the conversation with so I understand you're murderers.
The good murderers, yes, that is our name.
And he kind of looks up towards the
Good
stairs
ones.
and he goes, I mean, you're commoners, adventurers. And you're here because you're going to be a part of the glorious law system that is Podnai and Zaru's Executioner's Run Death Trap.
This is one of the
Wait.
last part there.
Why'd you keep saying bad things under your breath?
Disguised as a
don't.
cough there.
I guess I really shouldn't, but I need you to get me out of here. I do not belong here.
Yeah, well, we're
Where
in the
do you
same
belong?
place, pal.
Right.
Everybody roll a history check for me.
Very well.
Guy.
15.
Do I have to?
16.
I got 5 again.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so several of you, it's Al-Azhar, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Al-Azhar, Quinn, and Hezekiah. Yeah, you guys all, and then Grob also. There's something about this gentleman that kind of tickles something in the back of your head, but it's only really Al-Azhar who can figure it out. and the name comes to him because you remember seeing it on a book. You remember the name of Volo Gadarm.
Oh God.
Also, thank you so much for the cheer, Alien Web. For some reason, my alerts are fucked. Oh, there we go. But thanks so much for the cheer. I got a critical success. Thank you, buddy. Oh, there it is. Do I remember this, Greg, or is it the other guy?
Did he say his name?
He has not said his name,
Okay,
but
I can
because
just recognize his.
yes, his picture is predominantly displayed by magical means on all of his books. So even a visual recognition or identification of this person clicks that this is Volothamp Gadam.
Are you that adventurer? A liar?
A liar? I'm not a liar.
No, you know what?
I'm an author.
Yeah, we all are. I'm an author as well. Have you read my books?
No.
Well, I've written many a book.
Have you read mine?
Yes, they're all shit. My friend.
Really? You bought them and read them, though.
No, I did not buy them. I read them all in one sitting.
Is
at
this-
the library.
Is this an old man
I
Batman?
don't allow you to do that.
They did that time.
The last time I was in Bonds of Nobility, they did not allow you to do that.
I did not actually read them, but I flipped through it. I skimmed it when the time allotted, and I noticed a lot
But it
of.
piqued your interest.
Who is this guy, old man?
This is Volo. What's his full name?
Volothamp Gadam. But
There
you may
it
call
is.
me Volo. And he bows low to you.
Oh, you did that book on the monsters.
I did.
Oh my god, I got to unroll 20 and everything.
I heard it's very expensive.
Well, you know, the value though.
I heard it's only expensive when you have to buy it several
collector's
times over.
edition.
Well, when they made me buy it on Beyond, it was a bit, shitty. But anyway, yeah, I've read your book. Like, you do all the monsters and you hunted them and you yeah.
I like the idea of your book. All right, it's a good idea.
It's definitely a good concept.
So, would you
It's a
say,
wonderful idea.
Mr. Volo, would you say that you're some kind of a guide?
He wrote a book called Volo's Guide to Monsters. Of course he's a guide.
I'm a collector of stories.
a guide.
I know a lot of the things that guides would say.
So if I said we could get you out and you could guide us to a place,
He's a liar.
you could write whatever story you need to, or we would good murder you.
I'm fan raving right now. Like,
If you get me out of here, I will help you in any way that I can. That does not involve leaving the city.
I would like to go over because there's a couple of pirates in here, right?
Yes.
Do any of them have a hooky copy of his book? Because I want to pirate this shit because I don't want to pay the full price. Is that
See,
okay?
The
this is
pirates
why
have a
we can't
copy
have
of the book.
PDFs.
I
This
want a
is why
pirate
we can't
copy.
have PDFs. People like you. God damn it. I almost said, God damn it, Mike.
These pirates are more. They got a couple like Beyonce albums, but they don't have anything literary at this point.
Pirates can't read, Josh. Common,
Right.
common
They're
misconception.
they're music connoisseurs. They are.
Oh, they're single ladies. Oh, they're single ladies.
I can just
Put
see
your
them like
hooks
all.
up in a club.
Those pirates have nothing of use. All they gave me is this lime and this little wire. Completely useless.
So we gotta get this guy out of here. We gotta get out. We gotta go to Camp Roger. He can help us, I'm sure. About getting supplies and stuff. I hear it's pretty nasty out there.
Volga Guide. Have you ever heard of Camp Vengeance?
I have. I have.
Well, there we go.
And if you get me out of here, I'll tell you everything I know.
All
The
right.
most noble deal.
Right. How do we get him out of here? Jailbreak episode.
Real quick, I'd like to insight check to find out that if what he knows about Camp Vengeance is the fact we just said it. Because I get the
Oh,
distinct.
you're specifically going for the fact that he just picked up on something?
We're doing-
Go right ahead and insight.
We're doing Prison Break now. Did anyone build this prison?
That's
This
a
is
perfect
the-
number.
the
this is
guy
the-
made
Wow.
Camp Vengeance. Like,
Right. This is the most honest person you've ever seen or heard of or met. He's incredibly.
Look at his
honest.
mustache. We can trust him.
You can.
I instinctively trust the mustache. It's let me down in the past.
I
Players
as
of
well.
myth.
Okay, so we've got to find a way to get out of here. Right, let's have a look around, see if we can find anything useful. Gonna scan the room, windows. I want to impress Mr. Volo.
Perhaps I misspoke. We cannot escape from here.
Right.
We
Because you did specifically say escape.
Go on. You did say that.
I did, but what I meant was you need to get me through the executioner's run. I will die if I have to do it by myself, and you are going to help me do that. Because if we leave here, we are wanted and cannot escape the continent of Chult.
Why are you wanted?
Why are we all wanted? We're murderers. We're scoundrels. We fight our way through thick or thin for the glory and the honor of it.
I don't believe you.
But why are you here?
Judge is probably envious of his glorious mustache.
Who is this Judge?
I believe him, and I know that he knows stuff, so I'm willing to go on a little bit of faith here. How do we get through the executioner's run? We don't know nothing about it, mate.
Well,
You probably do.
they put you at one end of a closed street here in the old city, and you just have to go 200 feet and climb out of this old street.
Sounds easy enough.
What's in it?
Wonderful.
That's the rub. We don't know.
Don't rub me.
It's always the best to rub you don't know. Don't
What?
ask questions.
It's
You
the
cannot.
stranger.
You can't say that.
In
old man.
Neverwinter, it's known as your five-fingered friend. But here, it
Still
could
not
be-
good.
It could, well, it depends. If it's a cold night, but this is
We're all in
a-
jail. It's fine. Let's just get close.
This is like university.
I just put my armor on my
always-
left arm and then
Exactly.
right. We get in the street and they release the catch of the day, and then we
aha, I
Have to
love
run
fish.
from fish.
run past it. Well, I guess it could be, but normally it's a dinosaur.
Right.
Dinosaurs love me.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
I saw one actually nearly kill you about a week ago, Rurik. So, remember when the Stegosaurus hit you and killed you almost?
Well, that one didn't love me. Some of them do.
Right. Okay. That's
What's a stegosaurus? That was a horny cow.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It sounds like a triceratops, but that's, you name it whatever you would like. Your credit, my credit.
My credit.
You have no credit here.
Triceratops.
Right. When does the executioner's
Horny
run
cow.
begin? He said dawn.
Repeating him.
Quinn's like at the gate, just like, please let it be over. Please.
He's trying to get into the.
He's got
trying to-
the cop on the bars. Guard.
He's just going and sat with the fucking pirates, and he's like, "I'm just gonna. This is my life now."
Right. Well, we'll protect you once we go to the run in the morning.
Excellent. If you get me through, I will give you a signed copy of my book, and I know the other merchant princes, and we will be made men.
I know how to read.
Oh, I'm already a man, but all right.
We will be more than we will be free.
What are you talking about?
We'll be free, and you'll have
I'll be
information.
more. What's
You
more
think
than a man?
you think two of us are gonna die?
I believe that if we get out, we'll be free regardless.
Grow an extra dick?
Why not?
I don't.
What?
An extra dick. I don't know about that, but
I must write about this.
right. Okay, so mechanically, here's how this works, and this is an awesome thing that exists actually in the story. If you get Volo's guide,
Oh yeah,
It-
if you have it.
it actually, if you ask me, I can give you non-specific stat information
I'll
about
just
the
give you the
characters.
book, yeah.
All
That's
this
right.
DLC.
So,
I
it-
don't,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Mr. Volo, you say you write tales, stories, catalog things.
I do of all kinds. I'm pretty good.
I did
Have
too.
you
I
ever
lost my
seen
book.
this? Wait for it. Quinn.
I don't want to see you.
No, just wait.
It's my
Quinn.
second one.
Your second penis.
Does it happen?
Quinn.
Greg? Does it happen, Greg?
Quinn? Damn it! This was working great before, just like an hour ago. What have you done, Quinn?
I knew a Quinn, Quinn Stonebrook.
No, his name is Quinn. I'm not just shouting arbitrarily. A thing happened.
You are, but
Quinn.
it's
Quinn
the
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
I
You
gave
are a
him-
murderer. You may do whatever you like.
I gave him mushrooms earlier. He's just having a bit of a. It's all right.
Quinn
Quinn,
Quinn
sure,
would
Quinn.
would like to walk over to him, and he walks over to Hezekiah and just says, "Yes."
You see, before, it seemed as though any time someone said your name,
I
you would
punched
light
him in
on
the
fire.
face. I punched the man in the face.
Oh my
right
God.
in the face.
You're punching Hezekiah in the face.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
roll an attack roll for me.
Rurik's
Now-
in the corner with the pirates watching this little stream go by.
My arm hasn't done the thing yet, has it?
Rorik is like what's Steve Carell's character in Anchorman,
Yes.
Brick Tamlin. Whenever they're getting ready to fight and they look over and Brick's with the enemy, that's Rorik.
Yeah. What are you doing, Brick?
Oh, sorry.
What is that? It's a blade from the gods. Where'd you get that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Has my arm done the thing yet?
It has not done the thing yet,
Okay.
but you may attack if you would like.
Okay. So this will just be shit. Because I am not the strong so 1d12. A 9.
Perfect.
Yeah, Hezekiah, you see this coming from a mile away. You may take it if you'd like, or you can deflect it.
No,
stop it.
he just like dodges and pushes it away and says, "That was not the outcome I expected. Before, when I said his name, he would light on fire. It was the strangest thing. Now he just punches me when I say,
Dirt man, that is not how you punch someone. Do you need me to show you?
Guys,
"No,
guys,
Rorik, sit."
you are so embarrassing in front of Volo. Guys, come on. Gee,
I forget you're a moody teenager too.
you guys are worse. Can we just like chill or something?
Come watch the stream with me. It is fantastic.
It's a nice river.
Yes.
Hey, well,
How many mushrooms have you had?
Not enough.
Probably.
All of them.
That's too much.
Probably enough for a massive heart attack.
All of them is too many.
I
Grub is
think 2 might be too many. Just one at a time and see how you feel. And then
Yes.
It's water weight,
I
man.
only had two. Two of his
you
little
wait about
bags.
45 minutes and then you try to take a second one.
I wouldn't take any more of those in the morning.
You shut up.
Yeah, let's rest a bit because we need to impress Mr. Volo and make sure he lives in the morning.
Yes, this is
He
true.
gets closer and closer to Grob.
Mr. Volo, you had said the catch of the day. Now, I myself have owned a boat, and I know several fishermen. What kind of catch could survive in the streets if from the ocean?
He said he's a dinosaur. Remember, moments ago. He
Oh,
was
I
a
didn't
dinosaur.
listen. I didn't listen
Yes,
to
yes,
most
the
people.
hunters released one of their
And I start to like hobble and like step in front of Volo to kind of like shut him out of the circle.
Yes, so it's wonderful. It seems as if they have the dinosaurs that are pulled in from their hunters throughout the day. No, Volo.
Volo's doing the shoulder forward lead like at the end of
Exactly.
Chicago. Where,
And then I'm doing the same sort of thing where I'm like, oh, no.
he
And
has
I've
no
got
idea
my
what he's talking about.
no,
Listen,
no,
they are dinosaurs. They are brought
the
here. They
dinosaurs.
could be big. They could be little. There could be like
tiny.
3 or 4 of them. There could be.
Some even fly. It's awful.
No,
It's,
they
it's
never
a
bring in
matter-
flying ones.
They
They
never.
fly
No,
away.
they can.
He's a
Sometimes they
liar.
would
The old
fly,
man knows
but then they
nothing.
would have electronic chain made of lightning and bolts.
There
and they
is
would pull them
nothing.
back.
I don't
No,
know
it's
what
a wonderful.
electronic means. He's a liar. I've been everywhere. I've seen everything. I've never
I
had
Quinn
hate
just
electronics.
I hate
slits
you.
his own throat.
I
just-
killed a fish once.
I'm going to bed. Never meet your stars. Never meet your stars.
Midway through the fight, Hezekiah just sits with Rorik and watches them two just argue about who's righter.
Quinn sat with the pirates. Everyone sat with the pirates, apart from Grob.
It's just us slapping each other.
He steps forward to Al-Azhar and he says, "You keep your mushrooms and lies away from me. You're no storyteller. You're no storyteller at all."
Well, you keep your published book and your not lost scriptures away from me. I have got it all up here.
Have fun with your screenplay.
Shit. Got me again. Now I feel like a Vol loser.
Also, Mike's Wild Magic Surge was 4,072. Any metal in the target's possession turns to mercury.
What? Any possessions?
No, any metal.
Any metal.
Oh God.
Just out of curiosity, isn't money made of metal?
Good thing that sword's made out of diamond, man.
I know,
That's
right?
right,
You
yeah.
have a diamond sword.
You're
Fuck
fucking
me.
you're a fucking Minecraft pro, dude. You have a diamond sword.
Apparently.
I got it.
Okay.
I
so
go to
as you
sleep.
Oh, do we have anything else, Will, or did we? Did we
That
ever
was-
find out who won the of your decision? Since we
It
Yeah.
was
Is
it
that
was
my-
myth one of your decision.
Wonderful. What do I have to do for that? Is that new? That's a new thing.
Oh, it is.
It's,
If you give me 1 second, I will send it out.
It's a
to you
Greg
guys.
thing, actually. Yeah, we brought this in last week.
Oh.
All right, I've got this clip. Thank you, Yami, for the clip.
If you will do me a favor, sir, roll me a D10.
Ooh.
Oh,
Trace.
excellent. Oh man, this is awesome.
It's never good.
So yeah, Al-Azhar wanted to be what Volo is, but never never
Right.
able to publish his books.
Could never
So
be
like that's why he
publisher.
yeah. So he's never able to because
Oh,
he keeps
man.
because he lost his books. That's why he doesn't have his spell book anymore because he's just trying to do everything from memory.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Here.
That's like sad violin moment there.
Yeah, so that's why he's just always so like I hate you.
Yeah, like, you know, you see this thought bubble goes up and the memories play, like, young Al-Azhar, like, ready with his books, he, like, drops them down the sewer. No!
And then Volo walks by and he's like, or he like finds them. and
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
takes them, yeah. He's
Cut
fucking
to
Draco
getting
Malfoy.
him signed. Exactly.
You're a bastard. You and your floofy pants and your weird mustache.
No, this is the spring stream. They said last season was much better.
Wow.
Can't attest. I was there. It was pretty good.
Last season was sick,
Fuck
man.
you.
Man, I love that old Dean. God, what happened to him?
The last world was
He's probably about to die horribly.
the last world was way better.
Myth, there is your positive and your negative sent to you via the chat.
Right. What if I had that already?
Well, now you have it whenever you'd like
Twice.
it. Yeah. It
Right.
doesn't-
But I can only do that
It's the,
always.
it's the exact same thing as the one that you have now, but you can do this without spending anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Secret
it's a-
talk.
It's a.
You
it's
got
a,
Twitch
but-
Prime?
Yeah. That's what I got from it. It's the same thing I do now.
It's two-day delivery. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing: is the negative always, or only when it's happening?
Always.
Wonderful.
It's a good one. Okay, so
All right.
as you guys are getting ready to sleep, a couple things happen. Grob,
Yeah.
while you are sleeping, you are pretty sure you've drifted off in your curmudgeon-y state. In your curmudgeon-y state, you nod off, and then you kind of jerk awake for a second as Grob looks around, and beside you, you see a Grob with like disheveled hair and a
Mhm.
kind of a rough beard, and he looks over at you, and if this were Spock, he may have a goatee.
Wow.
And he looks over you and he goes, "So, I wonder who's gonna win."
Is this...
And he punches you across the face.
Ow! Am I dreaming?
Nope. Roll initiative for me.
Shit.
He pinches you.
Bitch.
You bet.
You bet.
Pinched me.
Oh.
Owie. That hurt. So, am I, like, in the room alone? As far as I can tell, Greg, or am I?
You can see everybody else laying down around you, but they don't
Alright.
seem to be reacting to this.
Okay.
And if you wouldn't mind, Will,
Yeah.
roll me initiative again.
Okay. Same! Same 17 both time. The donut rules.
Okay, so the 17 off goes to the original owner of the 17. Grob Prime
Grob
gets
Prime.
first attack. Yeah.
We're like two sides of the same coin in unison together.
That's right.
All right. Can I? So he just punched me?
Yeah, he went to punch you, but you get to act first.
Does he? So does he have a great axe on his back?
He has everything that you have.
All right, let's fucking kill this guy. Just making sure that he was armed, so that when I murder him, he has a weapon on him.
Yes.
So I'm gonna. No! It's me! They're fighting me! Die! My own feelings can't kill them. 13. Versus
that hit you?
my armor class. Oh god, I gotta check my AC. No.
Okay, so yeah, you go down. You swing at yourself, and
Stop hitting yourself.
it misses. Right. We were talking about the stranger earlier, and here it is. And
Hello.
in manifest, right?
I'm here.
He stands up. Oh, all right. And he comes at you in your general direction.
Yeah, if I kill him, I get 2 axes. That's right, people. That's I dual wield great axes now.
Okay,
That's
Will, if you
Grog's
wouldn't mind rolling an
mentality.
attack for me.
Sure.
As soon as I see your stuff, I'll do it.
It's a nat 1. Ha! Get fucked, me.
Okay,
real
so
me.
he swings off balance now. Make an attack with advantage, Will.
Oh, it's
Grob
actually
Prime.
a +7. My mistake. Forgot to add in that. 19. So he would have rolled an 8, but I still wouldn't have hit.
Okay, so you rolled a 19 to hit.
Yes. In fact, my previous roll would have been a 15, but I'm happy to. I don't worry about it. A 19 for 1d12 plus 5. Oh, it is at
double-
advantage, so I should see if I get in that 20 now.
We'll double up the damage then. Roll your damage twice if you would have hit before.
Okay, 30 damage.
Okay, where are you at hit point wise?
If I had taken a long rest.
No, you did not.
Okay, in that case, I was at 14,
Okay.
so I kill me.
Yeah. Okay, so as your great axe comes down and it slices just through the rib cage of Shadow Grob, he stops, throws the axe to the ground as it clangs around, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, that sucks. I hate this. I hate your glasses."
We
He reaches
are-
down and
Hate you too.
What?
You suck.
You suck.
You suck
He
worse.
He walks and he kind of does that elevator walk into your shadow.
You'll be sucking on my double dick soon.
Well, I know how small it is. It's mine. And then he goes in.
You just
And
you just said you got a small dick, huh?
as he goes in and disappears into your shadow, you wake up with a start, and Grob, you no longer have the flaw that you had before, where you are moody and curmudgeon. You still have your boon, but that flaw has been passed off to your other self, known as Shadow Grob.
I wake
Shadow
up in a
Grob can
serene
be-
state.
Shadow Grob can be summoned once, and then he will come back in 1d7 days. But you've already told chat that if Grob Prime drops while Shadow Grob is functional, bad shit happens.
Yeah, so I need to
So-
win those fights. Okay, so I wake up in like meditating pose. I'm like, oh, la 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 la. The birds around me are singing. And I'm like,
Addressing you.
yeah, yeah. I go, guys, I feel so much better.
They're all asleep.
I had guys. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, you need your sleep. And I go over and like tuck them in. Because Grob's actually like such a sweetheart, really.
He's a nice guy.
He's like
He's
a
a nice
super
guy,
nice
yeah.
guy. He goes and like tucks them into
Kill
bed.
them all. Kill them all.
That's right. Hush now. No more fears, only dreams. I put like a lollipop in his mouth, fully equivalent into Rurik's mouth, so he can chew on it.
Where did you get it?
A lollipop. Right.
It's mushrooms.
Where did you get it?
A double lollipop?
Stranger.
It certainly has a mushroom head. But...
Don't question it.
You're better than that, Greg. You're better than that.
Don't chew on this one.
No, I'm not. Okay. When Grob finally goes back to sleep after this, Quinn, who's getting up and leaving.
Yeah, fuck him.
There he is. Quinn, you find yourself back in a familiar glade that you experienced during your vision quest, and you hear the voice of the woman that you met in Port Nine Zaru, the one that gave you the emblem of the Emerald Enclave, and she says, "This is not where you're supposed to be.
I know. These travelers are proving irksome.
We cannot allow you to fall here. We cannot allow you to end your quest before it begins, so we need to assist you.
My body is yours.
Wonderful. At this point, Quinn's left arm explodes into green flame.
The stranger.
Green flame.
Yeah. So, yeah, with the pain that you would associate with losing a limb in that type of manner, what once was there, it outwardly pops in a display of green energy. And in the aftermath and the searing pain, she presents you and kind of forces it into your right hand, a open vial. Drink this.
He looks at like the bloodied remains of like the stump that is his left shoulder. Looks to her. He nods. He just like, I don't have a choice here. He drinks. It's a dream. It's fine. He just drinks, you know. I can wake up in a minute. This will be fun.
As you drink and as each swallow passes your throat, it reminds you of everything that you've ever loved about nature. It tastes like wind. It smells like a storm. You can hints of honeysuckle, the grassy plains before a storm. Everything passes through your throat, and each gulp, you notice that there's a sprouting from the stump of your demolished arm, and you see an interwoven lacing of vines, and they turn into heartwood of a hard oak tree. And you realize you have full mobility of the arm. Each of the fingers respond as if they were your own. However, it feels cold. It doesn't possess the same warmth as your old appendage. And at this point, why don't you tell everybody what you can do with it, Quinn?
Yeah.
Is Groot.
So, Quinn's arm is basically a fully functional wooden arm made of the hardwood of an ancient oak tree. Quinn gains a new attack to grapple using his oak arm with a strength score of 25, which is a +8, which is pretty badass. In addition, any ability check that can be performed using the oak arm can gain the benefit of 25 strength stat, which is awesome. There is a slight snack. Using or sort of embracing the arm and sort of taking it upon himself to use it to its full potential as opposed to just an appendage and gain all those buffs, my age doubles instantly.
Which makes you how old now?
222. That's just 111 years like that.
Fucking everyone is so old now. 111. Times 2.
Yeah.
But for an elf, it's not too bad. I mean, you know, it's the equivalent of essentially like 10, 15 years of actual progress as far as age goes. But with the elves who are eternally youthful, you know, doubtful anybody notices. You certainly do feel it, though.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. Your knee hurts. Oh, my hip. Oh, I should have had more calcium. Right.
Yeah.
As you slip back into sleep, Hezekiah, as everyone around you is sleeping and you are not privy to any of the internal struggles going on with Grob and Shadow Grob and Quinn's arm exploding, you noticed and witnessed none of this. But as you are sitting there kind of absently playing with your diamond sword and your family's heirloom, yes, I mean, you can do that and then look at the diamond sword if you'd like. There are no witnesses. Whenever you're kind of looking at them, because of your experience with grandfather earlier in the day, you're remembering several different things. And with just a slight twist of the family heirloom, you realize that it actually snaps into place in the hilt of your rapier. And as soon as it does, and you move the blade back and forth across the room, it pulses when it goes in the southwesterly direction. You see a snake of lightning go through the diamond blade, and the tip kind of almost turns into a flashlight and illuminates in a southwesterly direction. And anytime you move it from that spot, it goes completely dark again.
Is there? So we're in a cell, right? So there's nothing in the south. There's like he would go to that southwest corner of the room and see what's around there to see if it's pointing towards a specific thing or just in that general direction.
Thank you, Lauren.
Right. As you approach the corner there, or that area where it's the southwesterly edge of this room, the light, the flashlight actually starts moving upwards as if it's tracking elevation even though you're not moving the blade itself upwards, it's tracking elevation and height. So it looks as if it's pointing to something outside of this room.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks around a second time to make sure no one else noticed that, and then he immediately disconnects the bone heirloom and stows that in his pack and
Make a
shoots the
perception
rapier.
check.
Sure.
Also, Lauren donates £1 to give advantage to Josh in celebration of her passing her exams and inching ever closer to the freedom all men with beards must feel. Very true. Very true. Yeah, we're doing good, boys. Yeah, we're all
It'll be good.
some good facial hair.
9. A 9.
Yeah, everyone's asleep.
Sure they are. And he puts the thing in his pack and stows the rapier. And then he too goes to sleep on his backpack.
Okay, and as soon as you slip away and are asleep, the eyes of Volo Godarm open and look around, bearing witness to each of these unique individuals in the room, and he smiles and seems to go back to sleep. All right, we cut to the next morning. As you guys, sorry, Rourke, nothing for you quite yet, because I don't want you to have what you were going to get quite yet.
Rourke's used to it.
You should be. Disappointment.
The tease.
I do have something you might like coming up, but you guys are ushered out into the sunlight at dawn, and true to Volo's prediction, there is a closed street that is sunk about 15 feet into the ground. You can tell because of the cisterns and the kind of the water sluices and stuff that are in the rest of the new city. The old city must have had this as well, only perhaps it was more of a subterranean sewer type of system. And what they've basically done is remove the upper level of the street, and it sinks down into what would have been the water sluice or the sewer system before. Sluice. So whenever you get down there, you are lowered into this cobblestone pit that is 15 feet deep, 50 feet wide, and 200 feet long. Surrounding in the buildings and alleyways and what would be street level of the old city are no fewer than 300 to 400 people. And as they see you drop, you immediately hear calls going out in a language you don't understand, but it's pretty evident that there are bets being placed. And as soon as they see this metal-clad paladin being lowered into this area, there's a lot of action, it seems to be, in the gambling pits off to the side. And there are a couple people wave back. You see there's children present, and everybody roll a perception check for me.
Got a bad feeling about this one, boys, but by the way, guys, just want to say, really sorry about my previous behaviour. I feel like I let myself down and let you guys down as well. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Volo. Pleasure to meet you again, Mr. Al-Azhar. And he goes and shakes everyone's hands.
Rob, are you doing okay? I had this dream last night. You were fighting this hideous, ugly, vomit-inducing monster.
That was correct. I did do that, and now I feel a lot better. Thank you very much.
Grub, put your glasses on. You were being quite a twat.
Oh, I had them wrong way around.
Okay.
Glad to see you're back.
Quite a
I had them on my other eyes. My bad.
Okay, Myth and Mike, you guys are able to spot that the cobblestones down here are scarred with what look to be different, like, slash marks, and they seem to also be, especially the actual gutter system along the sides, stained crimson. It appears that the water diversion system, or in this case, the liquid diversion system, is probably still in use, only it's carrying blood at this point as opposed to nature's tears. But as you guys are placed in there. There are no explanation of the rules. You have to rely on what Volo has told you, what Al-Azhar has told you.
Wow, no tutorial.
Nope. Yeah, this is chapter 1. This isn't the training session or anything.
Right into competitive mode.
Right. So you guys are lowered in there, and the pirates are lowered in with you. And Volo is basically hugging Grob at this point. He's okay. All right.
You stick close to me, mister.
Oh, I will.
Just watch where you put your fingers.
We just need to get on. We just need to get to the end. As you guys look down there, you see that there's actually kind of a network of ropes and kind of a netting at the end of this to help you climb out the 15 feet from floor to street level. But at this point, you also notice that there are 2 rather large, what look like stone ramps on either side of this area, and they appear to be about 3/4 of the way down.
Huh.
And a loud horn erupts from somewhere above on street level, and the entire crowd falls to a hush. And you hear the sounds of, and you hear and you see 2 shapes fall into the pit, followed by a third, 2 from the left and 1 from your right. They are very familiar to you as they look like one of your companions, the Saurus. These are 3 velociraptors, and as they slide into the area, they sit and they kind of walk around and look over. And then, as if the smell catches them through the stained blood, and the other 2 turn and look, and they stare, and you can see them cocking their heads as they begin in a 3-pronged advance toward your group.
Every time, that gets me.
And then you hear another very loud scraping sound, and you see a massive creature fall into the end. It collapses to the ground and pulls itself up on 2 massive rear legs and has 2 very small forelegs. And it appears that there was maybe a silence bubble around its head, because you can see it making noises, and as soon as it drops, it's midway through something, and it goes, and then it catches something, and it goes, and Volo looks up at Grob, and he goes, oh, thank God it's a small one. This is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, boys. Let's roll some initiative.
No, I knew it was. From the sound.
Welcome back to the stream, man.
Rurik keeps up with his great rolls for today and gets a 3.
I can't explain why I'm hard, I just know that I am.
All right, so
I need to take these headphones off in a second and just have a quick cold shower moment there. Okay,
Need to find Shadow Grog real quick and
I need to
work out some stress.
Okay, call these out, boys, as you get them.
I got a 8 for Hezekiah.
Rob got a 22.
An 11 for Quinn.
Rurik on 3.
Al-Azhar, 12.
Good Pirate Mick, just here for the dino noises. That's why we're all here, let's be honest.
I was like, I don't
Thanks.
know. Annihilation. Dinosaur noise. Oh, you- yep.
I'm in. Sign me back up.
Sign me up.
All right, so Grob, Myth, Josh, Mike, and Rurik, right? Yes, guys, that's exactly right.
Yep, it is. Exactly right.
And T-Rex goes on like a 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna give you guys this too.
You do actually have a nat 20 from last week, Greg, I should note that.
Yeah, I was gonna actually use that. I had.
Why would you note it?
Why would you say that? Why would you ever do that?
Shut the hell up, Will.
Okay.
Good lord. Shit.
All right, boys, give me 1 second while this Roll20 decides it's gonna.
Yeah, we should bring Greg in on the WotC Saturday stream just for sound effects for sure. Just in the background, just like.
Yeah, Greg, you know you did the right thing with the noises when you see Myth go.
All right, someone else.
His
Someone
whole
else-
face changed.
He
It's
can
like-
do noises.
it's like-
He knows dinosaur noises.
He speaks dinosaur too. Okay.
I have watched enough Ark to know that Myth can make a lot of weird noises.
Myth's just blushing slightly. He knows what Greg is actually saying.
Uh-huh.
It's super rude.
I was like, oh.
It's very cheeky.
Very fucking cheeky.
Do not worry, friends. If they kill you, you'll nearly be dead.
Volo, stay close to me. I unsling my battle axe. We need to press forwards, guys. Try and just get past it alive.
Okay, boys. T-Rex is going first, and you see the T-Rex turn, and it just starts to as it's running towards you. It is currently 150 feet away from you. It moves 50 feet.
Oh.
You guys are
That's-
200 feet from the edge. Here is what I would like you to do mechanically for this before we drop straight into combat.
Just die. Got it.
I would like you to die. Yes.
Perfect.
I want you to die.
I'd like you to die. Here's how we're gonna do it. You guys keep track of your movement. If you decide to move towards the 200 feet
Okay.
destination, if you decide to dash, you take your movement of that round, however far you get before you get engaged or attack of opportunity or anything like that. And when you get to 200, let me know. And because I'm not going to keep track of,
Okay.
all these people running 200 feet.
Yeah, you're
I'll handle these guys. So the Tyrannosaurus comes pounding towards you, and like Volo said, it's a young one. It's a good thing. You guys, the next person up is Grob.
Okay, so is it safe to say Volo is moving with me? Does he act on his own turn?
Volo is going to act when I want him to, and he is just going to stick to you unless you are torn apart by, I don't know, some reason.
Okay, and this creature
Right.
is 150 feet away from me at this point. It's moved 50 feet.
Actually, it dropped in at 150 feet,
Oh, at
so it's 100 feet away from you, and you are 200 feet from the end. 200 feet from the end, 100 feet from the T-Rex and the Velociraptors, if that helps.
Do we have to run through them? Or are they chasing?
They're between you and the end.
Yeah, so we gotta go past them. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna use... Ooh, maybe I shouldn't use that yet. I'm thinking of using my cool psychic ability thingy in a minute here. But what I will do instead is I'll javelin it. I'm gonna get one of my javelins off my back and say, "Hold for now. We don't go towards them yet." My plan being that we can run past them as they're coming towards us at the rate which they're coming. So I'm going to go ahead.
Does Grob call that out to everybody?
Yeah,
that
I will.
That's his plan?
I would call that out as being, let's wait until they get closer, because if we run towards them, they're going to be able to move towards us and then attack. In a meta sense, it would be if we allow them to dash towards us and they spend a dash action rather than move and attack. So yeah.
Understood, yeah.
I'll hold for one turn then and throw a javelin at the T-Rex in an attempt to wound its leg, like I saw in a movie once. So, it's a shit movie. Let's see, it's a +7, 22 on a T-Rex.
Oh, that'll hit. Roll me some damage.
That's D6 plus 5, 8 damage on a T-Rex.
Okie dokie. All right. It does hit right around mid-thigh level, but it cuts through and doesn't embed. So the javelin's able to create a pretty nice gash, and the T-Rex, as it looks down and starts to just continue its gait towards you guys. You're holding everything else? No movement, no bonus action of any kind?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Next up, Myth, what do you got?
Al-Azhar kind of I'm trying to think about how he would just cast this. I guess he starts to he's chewing bubble gum or something, or a mushroom, and then he kind of pulls it out, or he puts it in and then blows a bubble as if it was bubble gum, and then rolls like a bowling ball the spell grease, and it's gonna disperse. I think between.
Lube up that T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm gonna lube the ground real nice. Right, hold on, let me take a look. Can I do it at a range, or is it a sphere?
I was just gonna ask, what's the range on that?
Yeah, let me see.
Let's see. So, SID.
One action. Range 60 feet. Covers the ground in a 10-foot square, centered on the point within range. Yeah, it's 60 feet, so I'm going to throw some grease between us and it.
Okay, and what was the area of effect for that? It's 60-foot range, and
It's
then
a 10-foot
Each
square.
creature standing in this area must succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Yeah,
but it's a 10-foot square.
10-foot
right?
square, centered on a point within range. Turns into difficult terrain. When it appears, it must succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone. So you might actually want to do You might actually want to, place it just before us.
Yeah, just before
So that it
us
slips.
or right before them walking.
Well, the thing is, we're 100 feet away from them right now. We won't be able to run past them in time for it to get up. So I say, if we grease
This
the area...
sounds dangerously close, like a conversation in the middle of combat. But
Grease the area right in front of us, it will slip when it gets here.
Sounds like logistics. Let me weigh
Then
in
we
real
run
quick.
past it.
Josh,
Let me
pay
get a little
attention.
logistic.
All right, yeah, I'll grease right in front of us then.
okay, so you're greasing how far in front of you?
10
This
feet.
is very important for my fanfic.
Yeah. It's going to be 15 feet in front.
Okay.
This is
And a 10-foot pool of grody grease.
when
okay.
a T-Rex appears and your only reaction is just to grease yourself.
Just ready your body.
Not gonna be
It's
the
on
last time,
brand,
sure.
right?
I'm going in.
Well, it tastes good for the old lizard.
I'm going in slick this time.
Right there.
Loop me
Okay.
up, boys. I'm going in.
All right,
Now go fast enough. I shoot right out the other end.
Al-Azhar, do you have anything else you would like to do?
I think it's one action. I think that's my entire one action. Oh, balls. I'm going to I think I could run around, but you wait, are we all holding? I'm going to probably stay because my character doesn't run, so I'll probably just hang out with everybody else because they probably have a better plan for combat. So I'm going to hang. I didn't expect that I could do anything else.
Yeah, and you could.
I'm gonna hang out here.
Yeah, I guess the plan being at this point, we let them come towards us. They fall over in a grease. We run past them. We win. Haha. Haha.
I'm
Losers.
going to write that down. Foolproof.
Haha. Banana skins get fucked.
Got banana skins. Here we go.
Okay. We are down to, unless Al-Azhar has anything else, we are at Josh.
Okay, Quinn, I'm gonna hold a spell. I will message you what the spell is, but I'm gonna keep it sort of there. It's for when that thing gets to sort of the grease and we are gonna start moving. I'm gonna do this. I'll message you on Zoom what I'm doing. But other than that,
Okay, you're holding your action to cast a spell. Okay, at a specific point when what gets within range?
whichever, probably the T-Rex. Yeah,
T-Rex?
the T-Rex.
Okay. I will let you know this. It's probably not going to get within range this turn if you guys are actually holding position. So Quinn would be able to figure this out just because of seeing how far we move.
Yeah, no one's actually started moving yet, so I presume we're holding here as we're moving as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, you recognize that Al-Azhar cast something and that Grob threw a javelin but did not make any advanced movement, so it'd be pretty easy to discern that, yeah, they're holding position. Okay, so you're holding?
I am indeed.
Okay. You all see that the three velociraptors kind of outpace the T-Rex as they strangely enough don't seem to be taking each other as potential prey and predator, but they're moving in a triangle formation, two flanking high, one kind of drop back towards the T-Rex as they move 30 feet towards you, but they start veering off towards the three pirates that are clustered in the far corner of the street, basically shitting themselves, realizing that they are nowhere near you guys, who seem to be much more formidable than they, and the pirates begin to move toward you guys. So if you're looking at it as a triangle, the tip of the triangle is moving towards the left side, which are the pirates, and the left side of the pirates are moving towards you guys. So the velociraptors have gotten 30 feet closer, which puts them at 70 feet away from you. Rorik, you're up.
Rurik's still waving at the crowd. kind of realizes like, oh wait, it's starting. Okay, and he's gonna hold a spell too and wait for things to get close to him.
Okay, what are you're holding for what action? Just something to get close to you?
Yeah, specifically for the big T-Rex to be within 60 feet, and hopefully slip in the grease.
Okay. Well, the grease is 15 feet away from you guys, so
No, I'm waiting for the grease. Specifically.
you're waiting for everyone's waiting for the grease. The grease
Yeah.
is the trigger.
There it
Really,
is.
isn't that just life? It's a metaphor.
Gotta
All
wait for the
guys
grease.
just wait for the grease. Man.
Art really does imitate life, doesn't it?
It does.
Grease is the word.
Grease is the word.
This is
Okay.
when we cut to our production of Grease, which we've been hiding behind this veil of Tomb of Annihilation this entire
Kind of
time.
Roleplay presents Grease 3.
Fuck, could you imagine if we did that? That'd be such... Okay,
Let's do it.
Let's do
Grease
it.
3 Uni.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why they brought me back.
All right, so we go back to the top of the round, and the T-Rex rushes for another 50 feet. Psst, psst.
Mike?
Did
Yep.
I skip you?
Nope, you did.
Oh, shit! I'm sorry.
That's okay.
bud.
Will does it all the time. He hates me.
It's
Yeah.
so easy.
I do it on purpose.
Mike doing.
Oh,
Right,
man.
It's a coping mechanism. Just forget. Mike
Yeah,
is-
we just.
Weird.
Suppress.
Yeah, I go.
Oh,
right
I'm
before,
sorry, bud. Yeah,
Strider.
you're right after. Go ahead, bud. I'm sorry about
How
that.
far away are the pirates?
The pirates are about 40 feet off to your left.
Cool. I look to Volo and remind him, "Good murderers," and then I cast sleep on the pirates.
No, you don't.
Which apparently doesn't work because Roll20 hates me. So 5d8 is the number of
Get wrecked.
hit points that this will /R. 20 hit points worth of pirates.
2 of them drop into a gentle slumber, and
Great.
the third, who has already been shitting himself, really shits himself as he turns around and he goes, "Starbuck," and he starts kicking somebody that you presume is Starbuck.
Sweet.
But the raptors are now zeroed in.
It was
on the
really
two slumbering
overrated anyway.
forms. Well, you know.
And then I ready my rapier for a Tyrannosaurus, apparently,
Hey,
but a young one.
it's I mean, I'm not that big of a dick. Okay, so Rourke did he's holding his stuff. Now we're back at the top of the round. Sorry about that. T-Rex runs another 50 feet. So he is currently 50 feet away from you. Not within grease range yet, though. Myth, what would you like to do?
Cast.
More grease.
I could cast more grease. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that again. Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
cast
the
more
one
grease.
spell he really knows. It's just like, this works for me. Every time it works for me.
You have to give me 20 minutes between. I'm gonna go ahead and launch grease, some more grease just beyond, so probably around 25 feet. I'm gonna.
Okay. So you have grease at 15, and then you can actually, since it's a 10-foot radius, you have a 5-foot gap in there, and then at 25 feet you hit grease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so they can give hope, and then they fall in.
Right.
I've seen
start
many,
to get their footing.
Plenty
and-
of Dick Van Dyke videos to know that it's just the footing is the hilarious part.
Right.
I think they got it. And then
It's the DVD principle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. DVD and D.
D&D5E.
Right. Here we go. That's a T-shirt. Anything else? Movement or bonus action, Al-Azhar?
I am going to then start to make my way. So there's the raptors are like kind of hooking towards us now.
The raptors are beelining towards the sleeping pirates. The two sleeping, one awake pirate. They do not appear to be going after you right now as the T-Rex is bearing down on you guys.
Hold on. So they like smelled us, right? They're like they got a whiff of the air, it seemed.
Mm-hmm. It seems like they
Ooh.
use all of their senses in equal number. Or an equal balance, I should say.
What if we don't move here? And they'll never see us.
That'd be actually really funny. Just take that, wizards.
Fuck, just never move.
Idiots. Gee, watch a movie. I'm gonna hold on. Can I cast this? As a full.
Ooh, did you cast?
So I got a
Grease again?
bonus action.
Yeah, you got a bonus action and a move. You can still do.
Yeah, right. Can I cast Stinking Cloud to kind of mask our movement or us?
Is that you're going to put yourself in ground zero of Stinking Cloud, or are you putting it like in front of you guys?
I can only do ground zero.
Stinking Cloud is an action to cast.
Yeah, I was going to say you can.
No, no,
I'll let you
okay.
retcon the grease if you want to, but
No, I'll grease, and then I'll start to like move.
So to recap, your
alright.
idea is double the grease followed by a Stinking Cloud if possible.
I was going to, yeah, but now it's double the grease, and then take some steps towards the other side of the grease. I want as much different distance between me and the wrappers.
Double the grease, straight to the stink. Got it.
Right.
It's like my spring break all over again.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors should be pretty occupied. I just gave them free food.
It's Daytona 99, right? Okay. All right, Al-Azhar's done then. Josh, what's Quinn doing?
Again, gonna hold same spell, and I'm going to step slightly to the side because I realized that there is a Tyrannosaurus Rex moving 50 foot around towards us, and it's about to slip, like just before it gets to us.
Yeah, you guys are.
I'm aware that there is this thing known as bowling in Civilization. I step to the side.
Right. You step right out of the strike zone. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
So you move off to the side. Everybody else is kind of pinned up. Make sure you're over here, Quinn. All right. The Velociraptors are going to continue their assault. They're about 40 feet away from the pirates. The one pirate is trying to desperately wake up his friends, and it'll probably be the last action he ever takes in this life. Mike, it's your turn.
Did I act
never
this
forgot
round?
you.
I don't know what turn we're on.
So the Tyrannosaurus Rex is still not towards us, huh? Okay.
Correct.
Are the raptors feasting on these men's?
Nope, they're not. They're about 40 feet out from them right now.
Okay, cool. Then in that case, he follows suit with the Dirt Wizard and steps aside to not get bowled over because he seems to know animals and those type of things. And he readies his rapier to stab a Tyrannosaurus when it comes slipping on through. So already in action to get this Tyrannosaurus.
Nice.
Okay, so you're readied. Okay, Grob's readied. Josh, okay, we're gonna skip to Rorik. What do you want to do, bud? You're just readied. Everyone's just waiting. It's a Braveheart moment.
I think I missed my round, but I would have just readied an action for the grease to come.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
everybody, we should
Standing
start
to the side, but yeah, ready.
I think we should all run.
Can you ready a dash action?
If that's what you want to do, sure.
Yeah. Then I would ready. Well, when the dinosaur slips, I run past it. With Volo.
Okay. So let's bust forward, and the next round here, at the top of the round, the T-Rex does in fact, midway through its movement, hit the first of the grease spots. What is the DC for that one? And what do they have to do? It becomes difficult terrain,
it is
I
a
understand.
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Where my character sheet is my DC. There it is. 18. Lol.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Damn it! Yeah, you're on 18 on that.
Okay, so you see it slip kind of off
Second
on the
grease
one
story.
off on the one leg that Grob hit it with, but it slides and kind of catches itself as it goes through, and
Surprisingly.
pops up. It runs through the 10 kind of dry feet, or in between the two grease spots, and hits the second.
Come on, this is why we always double grease.
DVD.
No way!
Fucking oh dear, this
This
is
is
now
the
bad.
greasiest Tyrannosaurus. It's coming right in, guys.
Okay, so
It run past us.
it runs in, and it is still perfectly fine on its feet.
It don't work.
There are readied actions for the second grease spell, though, so I will allow those actions to now happen. We had Josh had a readied action for when it touched the original grease spot, which was what, Josh?
So as that happens, as it runs towards us, there's a shimmering around Quinn, and suddenly things run at it as well. As I double no, triple the amount of velociraptors in this area, and 8 velociraptors just run out of thin fucking air and run at them. Because I've seen Jurassic World, and that's fucking awesome. The giant, and he like fucking jumps and fucking This I don't give a shit about like how the mechanics work. Just do it. Just make this my life.
Summon raptors.
Summon 8 velociraptors.
So 8 velociraptors, and you're doing, what is that, conjure animal?
Indeed. Let me just post that. And I have. Can I use my bonus action?
No, you only have on a ready action. It can only be your action. So. Cool. Okay, so you guys are standing there as the Tyrannosaurus comes through. First one grease spot, slips a bit, doesn't lose any momentum, hits the second, almost in feeling like it's prepared for it this time, kind of glides through. As it's leaning down to come into you, you see these 8 lizard forms shoot past you as they begin running off to the side. And you see them jump as they start to leap all over this Tyrannosaurus attacking. And I'm gonna, for shits and giggles, give you a couple of these, since it is a pack tactics.
Oh. Pack tactics is always nice.
Yeah.
Right. That dinosaur noise like super triggers something in me from when I was a kid, and I watched that movie for the first time.
So cool.
It's like,
That's why I was literally like, I could summon anything, but I could summon something to make Greg make that noise. That's the spell that makes Greg make noises, and I love it.
Okay, we'll say that as they come through, a couple of them are able to jump and kind of run up the creature as they begin to attack, and they begin to rip and tear into the creature. A couple of those attacks hit, so he is delivered 17 points of damage.
nice.
Okay, that was the held action. Did anybody else have held actions for the original grease spot? Rorik, didn't you have something? You were holding a spell for some reason.
Yeah, and now that there's raptors attacking the big thing, I'm not going to use my spell.
Okay.
I did
All
have a ready dash action for when a T-Rex hit the second grease.
Okay, so Grob, your ready dash action is your 30-foot movement rate, correct?
A dash would be 30 feet, so a dash would be 60.
Okay. Let's see. Well, if you're dashing, this isn't necessarily movement, it's action as movement. So you'll be able to take one movement increment. Yeah. You don't have movement and action. You can have a ready.
Yeah, no. Dash is an action though, right? Dash counts as an action rather than a move.
Correct. But you don't get to double it because dash would be movement, like it was 30, and then if you dashed, it's another 30. If you have a ready dash, it would just be that
when
30.
you take the dash action, you gain extra movement for the current turn. The increase equals your speed. So yeah,
Right.
I'll take dash action for 30 feet.
Doesn't he have to move double anyway?
I do. Oh yeah, I do have to move double, right?
He has to.
Because of my curse.
Oh.
So yeah, I will try and move 30
God
feet.
damn you people.
30 feet past this thing. Unless I do move 60 because of my curse. I don't know. Either way, I will take an attack opportunity most likely from this thing.
Okay, so you're going to allow, as you're going to run past, you're going to take something, or you're moving. Are you engaging the creature with the raptors?
If I can move in such a way that I will not take an attack of opportunity, I would do so.
Okay, I thought you said you were taking an attack of opportunity. Okay,
No, I was just
never mind.
imagining maybe being in this like tight scenario where I couldn't do anything but take a attack of opportunity.
You have a 50-foot wide area. It's coming right down the pipe at you guys. So you essentially have 25 feet on either side of it. You can take the path away from the other evil raptors and the pirates, and you can dash past it, which would get you about 20 feet beyond where the T-Rex currently is, with a straight shot towards the...
For anyone I'd love to do that. For anyone who went to school in England and played Bulldog, this is like the most badass game of Bulldog that we're playing. Yeah, I will. That game is brutal. Yeah, I will try and dodge to the side and dash past using a 30 feet movement with Volos to get away from the T-Rex.
Okay, yeah, and Volo can move 30, so he's just on your hip at this point. You guys see Grob and Volo just tear ass off to the side. We'll jump back into initiative order right now as the T-Rex seems to notice the movement to the side, and even though it's being nipped at and attacked by these raptors, it looks at Grob and Volo as they run off to the side of its flank, and it turns and issues 2 attacks.
Bring the arch stand and fall out sub as well, my man. Appreciate you. A gentleman, a scholar. Those drinks.
Arch Stanton. I heard that guy's a Dawnbreaker.
Is that an 18 against my AC? Oh fuck, there's a lot.
No, it's not an attack on you. These are he's clearing the
Velociraptors, yeah.
I'm gonna use advantage on that. One of the Velociraptors explodes. I have like 9 of those. The second tail attack.
Bulldog is basically this game where you get like 2 sides, one side rushes towards the other. You have to take people out along the way. The more people you take out, they join your team, and then until there's one person left on the other side who's running towards a field of like 100 kids who all jump on them and kill them.
In America, we call that Red Rover.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's
Red
what
Rover.
I
There you go.
Okay,
So
Josh. Quinn sees
That's a
2
dumb
of
name.
his Velociraptors explode into a first like a red paste, and then you see their enchantment dissipate, and no body or tissue hit the ground, but they are immediately killed by this thing. It begins to move towards Volo and Quinn. However, it is getting attacks of opportunity against it by the other 3 good ones that are there.
Just so you know, the Raptors also have advantage on all attacks when they have more Raptors with them.
Right, the
Which
pack tactics, right.
is great for me now, but it's going to just kill us when we face more Raptors.
Right. Okay, so we got that one's gonna hit. That one's gonna hit. That one's gonna hit. Okay, so that's another 20 points of damage against the T-Rex, but he has run forward and he is engaged with Grob and Volo. Grob, you're up.
Alright, so sorry, someone is engaged with me?
Yeah, the T-Rex.
Congratulations.
It happened quick.
Oh, wow, yeah. Sydney's gonna be fucking pleased. Give her good news.
Had to be somebody, bud.
It's gotta be on. Fuck.
Hey,
okay.
honey, I'm engaged to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You're happy, right?
The fucking T-Rex in my face. Okay, let's try and think of things I can do in this scenario. First of all, I'm gonna say to Volo, "Get back!" and I'll like try and hold the creature off because Grob is a nice guy. And I will rage. It's bonus action rage and swing at the creature. Let's see, so be +7. Oh no, that's a 9. 9.
Okay, so as he hits, it just skips off the armor. And do you have a second attack now?
Which level are we again? 5, yeah?
5th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
That does hit.
Alright, take this. Bish. It's 12 +5 +2 for rage, so 12 damage. What he takes.
Nice. Okay, this thing seems to be bleeding pretty heavily from several of the wounds from the Velociraptor, and as your great axe kind of hits into the side of it, it screams out in pain again, does the as it gets hit, and it's just trying to get rid of these Velociraptors, but it seems to be fixated on the 2 of you. Anything
Somebody
else?
help me out here! I'll call out, and that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Myth. Al-Azhar, what's he got?
So there are raptors attacking the T-Rex now.
Yes, there are 6 raptors attacking the T-Rex. 2 of them are kind of harrying it. 4 of them are on it. And you have the pack of evil raptors off to the left. Theater of the mind, everybody. Evil raptors off to the left that are currently engaged in a smorgasbord of pirate origin. And you see the Tyrannosaurus engaged with Grob and Volo.
And everyone near okay. How many people are back? It's just you 3, right?
The only people that have left the original position is Grob and Volo.
Grob and Volo.
Everyone else is still at like the starting block.
How much do you guys weigh?
A metric fuck ton.
Do all of you collectively more than 500 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
He's in plate armor and he's a really big dude.
Balls.
Grob weighs a lot.
Okay, so I guess I am going to. I'm gonna go. Well, now is the time to run, and I kind of when they all start moving, I'm gonna cast my spell.
Okay, when they all start moving, you're going to cast a readied spell.
I'm gonna hold my spell. Yeah.
Spell
As
for
a-
movement.
Moving. I'm gonna start like hobbling down towards them, but to the right because I don't want the evil raptors
As-
to run at me. But I'm like, we must move now. And you see, I'm starting to cast something with
As-
my
Okay.
up in the air.
As a free action, can I speak to him real quick?
At your turn, sure. Which is
Okay.
next. So he's done. What's your full movement speed, Myth?
30.
Okay, so you're up with the engaged Grob and Volo, but you're kind of off to the side. Not
Well,
in-
could I hold this until I cast?
hold your movement until you
You know
cast.
what? I'm just gonna cast it now anyway. I'm gonna cast. I hold my my staff into the air and I whisper something in some arcane language, and then the wind starts to pick up. I'm gonna do Gust of Wind, and I'm gonna just towards where we need to go to hopefully give us some sort of advantage when we're running, but keep them away from us.
Okay, so you're giving yourself a tailwind.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give us all a tailwind so we can all.
Okay, but at the same point, you mean the advantage being that your scent is going to be blown forward as opposed to back towards them. Is that what you're trying to mask your smell, or you're trying to actually like get wind in your sails and
wind in our sails.
Okay,
And also because I could keep them, because if they're gonna come at us, then we're gonna be yeah, you're right. Should I just do it the other way?
it's concentration for a minute, correct? So you can redirect if you want
Yeah,
to. Right?
I could redirect. Yeah. I don't think it's actually gonna give us that big of a buff if we run though. I was hoping to make them slip and fall, but I don't think they're going to.
To be honest, it would look like a winger video if you did it, or like
Yeah.
poison or something.
I think. Yeah.
That's
I
the
guess-
oldest thing I've ever said on Garopa.
Oh, wait,
Winger.
I have that. Hold on. I didn't mean to cast that. That was yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast slow around everybody in the center, and then, but hopefully it's 6 creatures of my choice. So I'm gonna do 5 raptors and the T-Rex. So that leaves
Okay.
1 raptor at full speed, and then Volo and Grob nearby.
Gotcha. So basically, you're just targeting. You don't care about hitting the good Velociraptors. You're just targeting the T-Rex, and that's your primary goal is to
Yeah.
slow that thing,
T-Rex
right?
and the other raptors, and then I'm like, let's go.
Okay, and
We don't
that's
have much time.
that's a wisdom saving throw for the T-Rex, right?
If this
wisdom,
if this passes, I'm calling hacks.
nope.
Nope. Okay, so as the spell, he takes out a drop of molasses, and as it drops from the old fingers of Al-Azhar, it immediately disperses into arcane energy. As you see the T-Rex kind of in mid-roar, it turns and everything kind of drags from its throat as its entire movement rate kind of... It is halved speed-wise, and it's a -2 penalty on what? AC and Dex?
On AC and Dex, yeah.
Okay.
Reactions.
Okay, and I can't take reactions, so there goes its attack of opportunity. Nice, well done. T-Rex slowed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so Myth, you cast that. Now do you want to run?
Yeah,
You
and I
have
go,
your-
oh, right, there we go.
Okay, so you end your turn equal to Grob and Volo.
Imagine I start hobbling as I'm waiting for this thing to drip off my finger.
Oh, I did come. God damn it. Josh, what would you like to do? You see that all of your Velociraptors have also been kind of ensorcelled as well, but such is life.
Indeed. So he realizes that sort of he needs to be at the other end. So Quinn begins to it looks like he's about to start running forward, and then he seems to trip, and he turns into a direwolf. He literally just all of his clothing vanishes, and suddenly he is just a really fucking big, a wolf the size of a horse that just begins to tear down this corridor. I do that as a bonus action. Use my action to dash. Direwolves have 50 feet of movement. I move 100 feet. Just in
Okay.
a straight line, disregarding, I go straight past the Tyrannosaurus, straight 100 feet down.
You see, as the dire wolf kind of lopes past the T-Rex, you see it cast its eyes, but it moves way too slow to even think about trying to capture or block or attack as the wolf shoots past it. As soon as the set of circumstances with Al-Azhar's slow spell, and then especially with the transformation of Quinn into the wolf, you hear the crowd erupt into cheers. Some of them are boos, some of them maybe underestimating the powers of this group as you realize that they may have put some pretty heavy coin on the T-Rex. You hear a couple people shouting curses and are very, you don't know the language, but it's very aggressive vocal shouts coming down, but a lot of cheers as the wolf lopes. And a wolf is a creature that's not necessarily native to Chult either. So this is a magic that's also part entertainment, and they are really digging this as it runs by. Okay, Josh, you don't have anything else? The Velociraptors are engaged for the next round in their meal. And Mike, what would you like to do?
Is the T-Rex still mostly engaged with Will or with Grob and Volo?
I hope not.
It's engaged, but because of the spell that was put on it, even though you guys wouldn't know this, just the visual cues of how slow it's moving, it no longer has reactions, which include attacks of opportunity.
It has an advantage on its next attack, though, thanks to Alienware. Thank you, dude.
All right, cool. So
Forget that shit then.
Right.
Hezekiah looks to Volo and quickly shouts, "Is it male or female?"
Volo stops for a second, and you see him kind of look back like, what? And he looks and he peeks under and he goes, "It's male."
I cast Silent Image, and I create a replica of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but an attractive female one, or whatever I assume an attractive female one looks like.
Giant batty eyelashes.
Yes.
Right? It's like Bugs Bunny with lipstick, right?
Yeah, it's the exact Tyrannosaurus with lipstick and eyelashes.
It's you make a slutty T-Rex.
I make a slutty T-Rex.
Big blush circles on the side of the face.
Yeah. It's very an anime T-Rex appears directly in front of it.
There are tabaxi minstrels up on the street level, and they start playing Dreamweaver. Right?
Yeah. And then I immediately use my cunning action to dash 30 feet and then move another 30 feet away from this.
I want to know how it applied lipstick with its tiny little arms.
Don't worry about it. It's all part of
It
the
has to
magic.
get his husband to do it for it.
Yeah, it has a girlfriend. They just do each other's, right?
Have you ever seen Breakfast Club when he just puts it between the and then does it? It's one of those kind of things.
Wow, Claire. Right. This is Claire the T-Rex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe you only have, what is it? Is it 15 or 20 feet that you can create this thing
15
in?
by 15 by 15.
Okay, so it's a slightly smaller version of the one that you guys see.
Well, it's a woman, so I mean, I assume it's a slightly smaller. It's a female T-Rex. I assume they're diminutive.
That's sexist.
They're
but,
demure.
well, right.
It's sexist.
Right.
It's sexist and racist, I think.
Right. Yeah,
Correct.
speciesist or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. What is the spell save against that? It's intelligence, right? To see if it's real.
If the creature can use its action to determine the image is fake by making it an investigation check or just intelligence.
Right. It's too far away at this time, but I'm going to give it the ability to roll because it can use its other senses. Oh, Jesus.
No, it can't.
Yeah. It is enamored. It sees, and the Dreamweaver starts playing by the Tabaxi minstrels, and this as it turns and sees this beautiful, what you assume to be, this is Hezekiah's version of what he appears to be an attractive, beautiful T-Rex. So, he probably does have lipstick on it.
It's real hippie. It's got a wide gait.
Right. Oh,
It
Jesus
has
Christ.
a wide gait.
Those are egg-laying hips.
Holy shit, my killers.
Oh my God. Egg laying.
Sorry, Will. I'll save you less next time.
Okay.
If this is saving me, I don't want to be saved.
Okay, Mike, what is okay, you dashed for 60 feet. Do you have anything else you can do?
No, I used everything.
Okay. And then Rorik, what would you like to do, sir?
God damn it, dude. Rorik's gonna run. He's
Okay.
gonna use all of his actions. Just huffing and a puffing in his big armor.
And that's 60 feet as well, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so Rorik, you are with Hezekiah at 60 feet out. To recap, at 60 feet from starting point, Rorik and Hezekiah. At 100 feet from starting point is Direwolf Quinn. 30 feet from starting point is everyone else, Grob, Myth, and Volo. Did I forget anybody? Oh, Greg, you're awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay. Was that the female T-Rex?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so dreamy. All right. What is the slow spell? Is it every round they get to roll that? Or is it just they're fucked?
You can dress
Makes another wisdom save at the end of its turn. Okay.
No.
Nope. Right? Because your DC is what, 15, you say? Oh. Okay. So he is slow. At this point, Grob, Myth, and everyone else, if we are back, we're at the top of the round again. Grob, you do not have to attack as you see this thing absolutely slowed at this point, and you saw everybody come shooting past you and Volo, other than Al-Azhar, who's kind of pulled even with you guys.
I just spent like the past 5 minutes opening this bottle with a towel, by the way. I will... God damn it. So, in that case, if I don't have to attack it, I'm getting out of here with Volo. I'm going to say, right boys, let's get out of here, Volo! And I'm going to bundle him up and take a dash action for 60 feet.
Okay, so that puts you at 90.
90? Yeah.
And Myth, I assume you're going to do the same thing, sir.
Keep moving. I mean, there's such an easy way out of this for me. Because I have the fly spell.
You also have blink, right? Was that you? Or was that the curse? I don't remember.
But I could just like rocket out of here, but I feel like I'd feel really shitty if I was... hold on. I think I could cast it at people. If I can touch people and they fly, then I should just go play tag. Oh no, because I like
it's concentration.
It's concentration. You can do it once.
Right. Right. Crap. I don't know what to do. Could I cast sleep? Did we already cast sleep? We cast sleep on the people, right?
Yeah, Hezekiah cast sleep on.
Yeah, Mike's sending people to sleep again, doing what he does best.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we have an enamored, slow T-Rex, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have anything going on with the other.
The men were asleep, and the raptors, they're now totally awake because the raptors are feasting on their innards.
Right, kind of home and dry here.
Yeah, for narrative context, the raptors seem to be finishing up with the pirates.
Right. I am going to... I don't know. I have no idea what I can do here. I guess I'll keep them running.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would put you at 120 feet if you did your regular movement and your dash because you have 30, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. No, put you at 90, excuse me. Yeah, because it's 60. So you're at 90. And so are... Yeah, let's wait. To recap, 90 feet is Grob, Volo, and Myth. And that takes us to Josh, who is at 100 feet. And you're 100 feet away from the end, Josh.
I go straight to the end. I have no love for any of these people. The wizard's okay, but he just goes straight to the end.
The new guy's fine, probably.
Okay, as soon as Direwolf Quinn reaches the end, you hear bands start playing and cheers and confetti sprays down at both the starting at the end line and the finish line and the starting line, as whoever was betting on the druid to make it to the end first is a very handsome winner. And you hear that people turn their attention back to see who would now be the survivors as the druid has reached the end. You dash to get here, but it seems like it's only going to take you one action to climb out. It's 15 feet
Okay.
up. In fact, your wolf can probably leap that, I would guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just jumps. 'Cause screw
Right.
you guys.
If there's nothing else to do for you, Josh, the Velociraptors turn and they begin moving past the bad Velociraptors, turn and begin moving past the T-Rex, and they are now about 30 feet away from the trailing members of the group. So they're about 30 feet behind Rorik, Hezekiah, Al-Azhar, and Grob and Volo.
Can I command them?
Everyone.
I'm just,
You're out of range.
Yeah. Okay. No, obey verbal commands, yeah.
So at this point, Rorik, you're going to begin. I'm assuming everybody's dashing at this point.
Yeah,
correct?
I'm getting the hell out
Yeah.
of Dodge.
So I have a question. Can I dash twice? So I have the cunning action, which allows me to dash as a bonus
Yes.
action. Can I
Yes.
also use my regular action? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah,
You
I
get 90
dash
feet.
twice and move 90
Yeah,
feet.
bonus action Dodge.
Okay, so with that, what I'm going to do is just speed this up. Hezekiah comes in second. Everybody else kind of gets there at the same time. As the second group gets there and you kind of all reach the end, the three evil raptors, blood soaking their snouts, are coming forward as they're about 30 feet away from you. You guys can all try to make a climb out of here, but I will let you know you've seen them jump 15 feet before.
I think jumping's probably the only way to go, right? Or climbing up here.
Yeah, you can climb up. They have like a meshwork of netting and ladders that is ready for them.
Yeah, I'll start climbing up like, come on, come on! These things can climb!
Can I fly?
If you want to just cast fly and just fly up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like the ultimate fuck you, like you ran the whole way and you're like,
Right.
oh, I love. Right.
Exactly.
Oh, I got this.
Well, enough is enough here.
Then I just like put the the feather on my tongue and just like float away. And, like,
Right.
Close my eyes slowly and just.
You guys all see Al-Azhar as he just starts to drift off into the sky. Very,
Too
just Mary
far,
Poppins,
actually.
y'all.
Like he should have just like landed next to.
He started to track back over
yeah,
the
and
T-Rex,
it's like,
right?
Oh no!
He flies out of Port Nyanzaru like the guy
Yeah,
living in Morrowind.
like a blown out jetpack. No.
Okay, everybody
Mary
else.
Poppins.
Right. I would like Josh is already out, but I would like Grob. I would
Yep.
like Mike, and
You
I
would
would
like
like Rorik to all roll either athletics or acrobatics to get out.
He's got hacks confirmed.
23. Finally rolled above 5.
16.
Come on, baby. Oh, it's a D12, my bad. Nope. 17. All right, like 5
17
17s.
again.
Yeah.
You'll get there, Will.
Okay,
Fuck you,
so
Mike.
you guys make it out without incident, and as soon as the Velociraptors reach the edge, they look to be readying to jump, but you see them kind of stop and freeze in mid-run. A couple of them topple over as their muscles seize and they were off balance in mid-stride, and you realize that they're somewhere in this area. The handlers of them have either frozen them in some, meaning and to maybe perhaps use for another executioner's run. But you are approached by what appears to be a race official. He actually gives Quinn a medal. People are coming up to Quinn.
Just flown
and-
out of there the whole time and got a medal.
Right? Yeah. Quinn is kind of ringed with people as they, I'm assuming he's turned back into human form, or are you staying in direwolf form?
No, they seem to have never seen this creature before, so he
Right.
absolutely plays it.
Tail's still wagging.
Fucking
Yeah.
Still
huge fucking
clipping.
wolf.
Right, and there's actually like kids coming up and reaching very high to touch this massive wolf as they pet the underside of it, and yeah, you're given this medal which is essentially kind of lulled over one of the ears, marking you as a champion of the Executioner's Run. It's at this time that you realize that at the end of the Executioner's Run there appears to be a gallery of heroes where you see the busts of people that have survived the run 3, 6, 8 times, and these appear to be grand champions, and they hold a very high position of respect in Port Nyanzaru. Congratulations, Quinn, you are a champion of the Execution's Run. Everybody else,
damn
you've
it.
survived it using cunning and the new abilities of your newest member. to slow and also the creation of a smorgasbord of pirate. So way to go. You guys are free and the crimes against you have been dropped.
Well,
Greg, what does a freezing raptor sound like?
yeah, chat's asking.
What, a freezing raptor?
Yeah, they all seized up. What's a seizing raptor sound like?
Let me think about that for a second.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so
We go into
it's
sound
normal-
bank.
Right. Normally, if they
God.
That was worth every moment.
He's right.
Thank you, brother.
He's right.
He's not wrong. I mean, I speak dinosaur too.
That's
All right then. So I'm with Volos, and I'm like Volo rather, and I like grab him. And I'm like, we did it. We made it. We're alive. I saved you.
At this point, you realize that the front of Volo's very fine pants are slathered with urine or what appears to be some type of liquid.
It's all right.
The white tentacle.
Yeah, he says. He says, "Thank you so much. I'm an author.
And you're gonna take us to Camp Righteous.
Camp Vengeance.
Whatever.
I believe I said I was going to tell you about Camp Righteous and Camp.
Yeah,
Vengeance.
well, yeah, whatever, mate. We just survived a fucking dinosaur. Let's go celebrate.
You did say that you were going to tell us. We said you were going to take us.
Wait. What we're gonna do is we're gonna
I'm-
go down a bar together, and we're gonna drink and celebrate, and you're gonna tell us everything, okay?
There is suddenly a very big wolf right in Volo's face.
Right.
Where'd that Quinn guy go?
How can I refuse?
Did Quinn make it?
You might want to retrieve your wizard friend.
Yes, where's Dirtman?
Oh yeah, Al-Azhar. What is he? Whereabouts is he? He's floating away. He's
Not
like
an author.
He's like the house in Up.
Just whizzing by. He can't quite get his footing on how to land.
He's not an author.
Volo, quick, Mr. Volo, quick, insult him. He'll come right down.
See, that's an online author. He's not published by traditional press.
Oh,
We're gonna try and get him down in a
Immediately
room.
lands.
I assume it's like it's like the bubble scene in Willy Wonka, except it's just a torrent of insults. You son of a bitch! You come right back down.
Exactly. Well, you've never, if you've seen anything I've ever done, I swear just because I didn't write it at the time, good, you all made it.
Don't worry, old man. We all made it, and he's gonna give us a signed copy of his book now. And I thrust the book in his hands.
Yeah, at this point, the urine appears to be gone. It just magically is gone from the front of, as if it has never been. And
I need that spell.
Volo does produce a signed leather exclusive edition copy.
Exclusives.
It's got an illithid on the front.
It does. Volo's Guide to Monsters. And like I said, mechanically, boys, whenever you encounter something that you're not quite sure about, you can take an action to look through Volo's Guide to Monsters. And while it may not help, you will gain a fun fact about the creature.
Also, just without this book, you would also have access to Al-Azhar's Monster Guide to Monsters.
True.
Right.
I say.
It's not in demand.
There's not. We can talk about this one, right? This one is an NDA. Yeah, we can use this one. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
Great.
This got me through thick and thin.
Because that other guy's Anifar, man, he's a dick. That's not until like late November we can talk about it. Okay, cool.
Right. He's a hack.
All right, let's go down a bar.
you knew it. Hacks confirmed.
Right. Okay. So are you guys going to the Maya's or whatever his name is, Kaya's house of
Hell
repose,
yeah.
or okay? So you guys go back to the scene of the crime of Quinn being shot multiple times with candles, and as you walk in, the same serving girl is in there, and she sees you and kind of
Single tear.
right, yeah,
Is she picking up copper pieces?
right, yeah. She still jingles when she walks, and as soon as she sees you, she goes, "No, you're not allowed to pay. The boss said you cannot pay. You cannot pay.
We won't pay. Don't worry.
No, the paladin
Oh,
cannot pay.
yeah,
The
Rurik,
one in the
you
armor.
behave yourself.
But I must insist. I cannot stay here for free.
I'll pay for you, mate.
You're not staying here for free, but you can't pay.
I'll pay for you, mate.
wonder-
Come on.
I wonder if that ability was location-based. Now, this is the place where Quinn was being lit on fire every time someone said his name.
Who's
nothing.
Quinn?
Damn it.
Quinn just tenses up.
Expecting fire.
Right. One of the candles flares, and for a fucking second, you're pretty sure the flame actually winks at you, but you're not positive. I mean, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. It's
Quinn
not
just
an eye.
stares it out, just like fucking try it. He's
Right.
like glaring at a candle, just like, I will end you.
Right. And that
Right.
flame does not flicker at all. It just almost stands completely motionless. It's almost like a standoff between the two.
You guys
Go ahead.
go ahead. I got this.
Hezekiah turns to Quinn and says,
Quinn, I will find out what causes this burning sensation when anyone calls your name. I swear it to you.
Hey, do I know where Raven is?
Yeah, good
after all
shout.
that?
You have not seen Raven, but the thesaurus was returned to you as soon as you climbed out of the pit.
I never cared about much anyway. When I was in my moody stage. Also, that is 30 followers, Greg. Viewer decision.
Okay, we get to pick from Mike, Rorik, and Josh.
Give
Who's
Rurik
the-
some excitement this episode, you guys.
Yeah,
he needs something bad to happen.
Quinn Kalen of Clan Dirtman.
But it's Mike, Strider, and Josh. Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Yes. Or if you want to give it to Volo, you can too. He's there, but there's no fun in that.
All right, I'll put it free. I'll put it free up. All right, you can click on the screen, and it should appear when the science begins. Yes, science. Haha. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna sit down at the bar, and I'm gonna ask this guy everything he knows about all of the camps.
At this point, Volo will tell you the Order of the Gauntlet. Your friend there in the armor, he appears to be one of them. They had a camp righteous. They from the scuttlebutt is they weren't ready. They went into Chult, and there's a undead and all kinds of very horrible creatures, and they weren't prepared. So they had reinforcements come, and they have apparently made a new camp, Camp Vengeance, further down the Schoenstar River. I believe you can find your order at Camp Righteous or Vengeance. Fuck, it's Vengeance.
Right? No, it's okay. I was playing this on Saturday, and I got too confused then as well. Fuck me.
It's difficult.
It's like I got
Camp
confused.
Vengeance, fuck.
I got
Okay.
confused about it on Saturday, and now I'm confused about being confused about it on Saturday. It is confusing. Okay. Yeah, we're going to Camp Vengeance.
I'm so sorry, Will. I knew that when you were doing that, I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm gonna try to help out a little bit here. So we'll see. Yes. So yeah, he explains to you that the original Order of the Gauntlet base was Camp Righteous. It was overrun or ill-fortified or ill-equipped for the exposure to Chult, and they changed and made a new fort that is more fortified further down the Schoenstar River in a southwesterly direction from Port Nyanzaru, and that is called Camp Vengeance. And that is where the host of the Order of the Gauntlet now reside.
Oh, excuse me. Order of the Gauntlet. I don't think I heard of them.
Volo says the Order of the Gauntlet came to Chult to cleanse the area of undead. Nobility from the Sword Coast came down here as some type of crusade to find their honor and clear the area and make it better for civilization. But I'm not sure they understand that this is not a civilized place. It is Chult. It is a jungle. It is the stuff of legends.
Wait. You said they came to clean the undead. Cleanse.
Yes,
Cleanse
cleanse
the
is the word I use. Yes.
Grob, are we not here to kill an undead monstrosity?
We are.
Cleanse with holy fire.
That's right. We're here to kill an undead monstrosity. If these guys know something about it, we better talk to them.
Well then, now we have a
be the experts.
destination. Good. So you will escort us to Camp Victory. And-
No.
Camp Vengeance.
I will.
What?
I will not be leaving except via ship to my next point of my book tour. I am going to Am, and I will be there. I am not leaving this city.
Can you mark it on our map?
What if you fell back in the run?
I
Yes.
didn't.
What if you did? Would you come to Camp Victory then?
Camp Vengeance.
Whatever you said.
We've got so many words. We've
This
just
is
made
a
them up.
thinly veiled threat, Mr. Volo.
I'm saying that I could put you back in the
Camp Veiled Threat.
camp.
Also, Strider wins the viewer decision. Congrats, buddy.
Fort Veiled Threat.
You don't. I can get you a guide.
Get
Well,
me a
that's
guide.
almost as good.
That's almost as good.
Volo's
almost
guide? I will take it. Yes.
Yes, I will take Volo's guide.
$39.99.
She is Amazon.com
buy
will get
you
you
can buy it
same day
twice on
lowest
Beyond.
prices.
Buy it once in
Do
real
they
life,
accept
buy it
copper
beyond.
pieces?
I only want to buy the first 3 pages of your book. Is there a way I could do that really flexibly for a lot of money, please?
we
Give
have
me the dinosaurs.
yeah, we have microtransactions, and you're able to. Yes, many people hate them, but I don't because it makes me rich.
Every one of my transactions is a microtransaction.
Yes, if you're wondering how you lose WotC partner, this is it.
Hey, it's a third party thing. It's not theirs, so I'm cool.
That's true.
I signed a thing saying I can talk shit about third party stuff.
Volo doesn't really mean it.
It's all in game, guys.
Right.
It's all in game.
It's canon now. Volo hates microtransactions. Okay, so Volos, I can get you a guide, excellent guide. She's
Please.
wonderful. She's beautiful and very knowledgeable, and she's with the merchant prince that I know, Kenny Alpha. Kenny Alpha can also equip you. I was going to go on an expedition when I came down here, and I'm not doing that now. So you can have the canoes that I was going to use. They could be yours.
What kind of canoes are they? Because I like to barter for my canoes.
Yes, I heard, and you got them for 50% over price. It's an excellent bit of. It's legendary. It's in the guide how to not barter for canoes.
Now, you have a set of canoes. Do you also have a cart that we could use?
I'm receiving a transmission from the great beyond, and it says, "Wait a minute." It says, "Fuck you, Mike," is what it says.
Wow, he's a visionary.
Wow, weird how that happens.
I immediately warm to this character.
Yeah. I love this guy.
Oh, man.
Can Volo come with us, like if we lose a party member?
That's what we're trying to do here. We're
No,
trying to
in
replace
fact,
Mike, guys. Come on.
Right. Will can verify this. In the book, it says, under no circumstances will Volo leave the city. It's like, he will not.
He's
venture beyond
NDA'd.
Port Nine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't access that content yet. He hasn't got the DLC. Yeah, so I'm gonna say, well, please, mister, please show us to your guide.
Microtransaction. He hates microtransactions.
He hates them. Please show us to your guide. We'd love to go with him, and we'll head out straight away, sir. You need to get on your book tour. It sounds very important. And yeah, I'm very happy to push this whole thing forwards, you know?
Right. We should get back on the rails. Volo does tell you several other little interesting bits of things because you saved him and were relatively nice to him despite the veiled threat. He tells you that if you head up the Tariki River about 5 days by canoe, you will see a stone spire to the east. Natives call it Firefinger. Beware of Firefinger because the Terrafolk, which are half man, half Pteranodon people, are there. So be careful of those. It should send a shudder through Quinn's spine. Also, that a part of his new edition, he heard that Chalt was once a playground of a green dragon. That the treasure of the green dragon was believed to have been lost in Mesro, but if you head east from the ruins of Mesro, you find a place called the Laughing Gorge. It is said that heading south from there, you will find the bones of this green dragon and the treasure that it supposedly dropped from. You're also told that there's apparently a group of adventurers of some renown hunting in the jungles for one of Zaz Tam's commanders. They call themselves the Dawnbreakers. Also, the dwarves are determined to reclaim Wormheart Mine, but a red dragon is currently in the area. Some of these are bullshit, some of them are true. Who cares? Who knows? Volo leads you to back to the section of the city where you went to Jobal's, to the Merchant Prince. You are taken to a different villa, and you are introduced to one Akini Afa, and I will give you her picture.
Akini.
Akini Afa.
Akini Zokini.
Bikini.
Fuck. That's Volo. Let's see.
Oh god, that's so funny.
You just in that full, remember?
Yeah. Oh god, that was so good.
I fucking hate you.
So, ladies of you who don't know, I gotta find a video of me falling now because it's a historic event.
Slunk.
It's
No,
just, everyone falls
Okay.
over, it seems like.
There is Akini Afa, and as you guys are taken into the villa by Volo, moments pass when you see a very large, very muscular woman come out from where you saw Jobu appear in that kind of front atrium area. She comes out and immediately has a huge smile across her face. You all, especially the warriors among you, Rorik, there are thin white scars all along, heading up into her hair, across her jaw. She seems to have seen quite a bit of combat in her past. And she moves with the gait of someone that is both seasoned and well balanced. And as she comes forward, she reaches down and kind of clasps Volo around the shoulders and draws him tight. And she goes, "Well, you really in the execution is run." And Volo, it's all part of the book. No, I shouldn't have been there. But here are my friends. Treat them like you would treat me. I am going to sleep. And he walks off.
So you will be our guide then?
No, I have a guide for you. I can
Right.
call her.
Please,
But,
please.
I
I just
can.
want a guide.
Yes,
I've met
we-
so many people today that are not my guide.
He wants to give you the provisions. Everything that is his is yours. Is that how it is?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes,
That's
I
true.
like all of his things.
To speed this along, you guys are given 2 canoes. And here's where we get into
And
the
a cart and a
logistics.
sum
Let's
of
talk
wood.
about the canoe, man. Let's go.
Okay.
They,
How
now,
many corpses?
that are now canon in as well.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the moment that I've been dreading and trying to keep away from. But you guys are given 2 canoes. Each of the canoes holds 6 people. Because you are 4, 5 with Raven and a guide, which is 6, you can split up 3 and 3 in each canoe, which will give you enough space to carry 10 days worth of water and food. I've
Nope.
done the math.
Now,
That-
what
No,
if
we're gonna
we were
have to-
if we were to
we're gonna have to do
strap,
this.
if we strap the canoes together and place a series of boards across between the two,
If I
like
were
a,
to,
like a
if I were to
pontoon
turn,
boat.
if I were to turn into an animal that could swim, and then could we boost our productivity? What's the fastest way?
The fastest way for me is for a meteor to fall out of the sky and
Do
kill
we
the 2
have?
of you.
Do we
These two
have
cannot be in the
pontoon
same canoe.
technology?
These two cannot be in the same canoe.
How long would it take to nail a series of boards between the 2 canoes,
A complex series
lashing
of
them together?
a complex series of levers and pulleys. It's horrible.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Okay, for the meta, here's how it goes. And by God, Will, I know that when you saw the travel mechanic for this, you had to think, Jesus, this was the Middle Earth travel,
Right.
one of the,
Yeah.
So here's how it works for everybody, for the viewers at home, by the way, my 9 trickster gods, you see what these 2 do. Shut them up with curses and horrific shit. In the canoes can carry 10 days worth of food and water for everybody in the party. You guys will be traveling 20 miles a day in the canoes. If you decide to push that in a second, Rourke, I'll get you. If you decide to push that, you can increase it by an additional 10 miles. However, you open yourselves up to lower perception, not being able to pick out enemies, those types of things. So what I'm going to need for you guys to do is, you have a guide coming. I'll flash her picture up here in a second, but you need to check right now and see which one among you all possesses the ability to roll I believe it's survival. Yeah, it's a survival roll to be the guide.
Survival for Grob is I'm pretty good at. I got +4. and I also have advantage on some checks because of my background as a wanderer, right?
Sweet.
Yes.
I have +4 and no advantages.
Yeah. I'd say Grob is then the guy. This is Azaka Stormfang by the looks of it.
Can we discuss how the druid of the party does not have survival?
Let's not address that.
He's not that type of druid.
Apparently not.
Last time he tried to
He's not-
survive, his arm blew off.
That's true. He's not a woodland druid apparently.
Right.
No, of course not.
He's a
I
city
will
druid.
lead the way. Says
Okay,
Grob.
so here's how this works. What is your D20 roll with the modifiers to it, Will,
My D20 roll
for survival?
is a +4, but I do get advantage on some bits and bobs.
Okay, +4 with the advantage. That is rolled in secret by me,
Yeah.
and then you guys will assume that you are on the correct path. If at any time you aren't, perception checks further down the line will probably cost you a day and a half of travel. I don't want to get bogged down by the mechanics, but I also want to address them because the mechanics and there's only one real way to show the size of Chult, and it is to experience a bit of this travel mechanic. This is I don't think there is another place quite this size. As far as density, I may be wrong, but
Yeah.
certainly not the Sword Coast, and it's not the Evermoors or anything like that. So,
It's
the way we'll set it.
It's fucking like it's packed full of content. You know,
It's unreal.
it's like a sick DLC where you're like, oh holy shit, I only paid like $20 for this, but it's a whole new game. You know?
Right. It's blood and wine.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Akini Alpha introduces a woman that you see popped up here, Azaka Stormfang, and she introduces you all and basically says that she will meet you down at the launch berth at the head of the Takiri River to take you into the interior of Chult.
All right. Well,
Is there
yeah, I'm
anything
gonna-
else you guys want to do before you
I'm gonna thank
weigh
her.
anchor?
I'm gonna
I say we go straight there.
put my, if there's a bank here, I want to put my signed copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters in the bank because I'm not gonna lose that.
Not use it at all.
No. Grob doesn't use it. Grob's a collector of of the finer things in life.
Do we all get one, or is it just Grob?
fucking
There's
kidding
just
me?
one.
I get a bitch.
They are 50 gold if you would like your own copy. It's a sturdy hardbound book. So
It's signed to Grob, so
It's true. It is signed to Grub.
he's kind of a big deal.
yeah.
But anywho, what you guys have: food and water for 10 days. You have insect repellent, which keeps you guys from getting some horrific shit in the jungle. You also are provided rain catchers, which whenever you set your camps up at night, you can set them up as a series of tarps and sticks that basically redirect water into your canteens. Given that there's an inch of rain a day, Jesus, this is like, calm down, Mike. If there's an inch of rain a day, it generates 2 gallons of water. It can hold up to 8 gallons. Keep it all together. Keep your shit about you. Here we go. Okay, so you guys have, when you get lower on water, I will readdress it every day. Also, because I hate this shit and
Yeah,
hate
why did I
having
come in this session?
right.
I'm sorry,
hate
man.
this shit.
You were the only one I
I
get to
should've
play with
waited a
Mike and Josh.
Yeah.
Right. No, dude, they're all like this. What I want to show here is anybody that hates this shit as much as I do, that's out in chat right now and is thinking of running Tomb of Annihilation. There's a great guy on Twitter who made this handy dandy Tomb of Annihilation day tracker. His name is @newbiedm. Go there. He has it posted up for free that you can download it. I've been using the shit out of it because I hate doing this stuff, and I know that logistics masters over here probably have spreadsheets and shit, so I'm keeping it like this. All right.
The best part is it's only here. I hand wave all this shit in my games.
I know you
have
do.
enough food and water.
Right. All right. So, and we're going to do that too. But like I said, I want to make sure that this is, because it's such a big deal for, they mention it constantly with the exhaustion levels. Metagaming 2, Rorik, you're going to be in deep shit once we get into the proper, because you're going to require basically twice as much water because of full plate mail. or your metal armor.
Do we have room and food for
you're the reason,
Thesaurus?
What's that?
Do we have room and food for Thesaurus?
Yes.
Okay.
Thesaurus can hunt, and he can scavenge for his own food. And he's able to drink the water, whereas you guys have to boil like the river water and things like that.
Okay.
Hence the rain catchers. Okay, so to hand wave past all of this shit now, after it's ground to a halt, you guys get down to the docks. And Volo is there, as is Azaka. She's standing there ready to go into the interior. And Akini Afa is also there with a rather a handsome young man that appears just by resemblance that to be her son. She introduces him as such, and she asks you that for all of these provisions that she is giving you, she would simply like you to take her son to Camp Vengeance. He is in trouble with people and an element in Port Nyanzaru that is not under the control or the dominion of the merchant princes, and she fears for his life.
Oops, sorry, we don't have enough room. There's 6 of us. We could do 3 for...
Yeah, now we're gonna have to redo the whole logistics, Greg, because
I need
there's
a
none of us.
series of spreadsheets. An abacus,
sorry.
tablet.
She looks and he can counterbalance the weight of Thesaurus. So there you go. Everything's set now.
Nope. I'm now aboard. I have taken your entire NPC freeloading arse out of here.
So there's a fight. And
Maybe if we tie him to the boat.
yes, what is the drag factor on that?
I'll just have my floating disc, and he can just sit on there.
Tensors,
Follows
right?
me.
Okay, so you guys are...
He does ask before we do leave. He says, "This strange force hunting your child, who is it? I'd prefer to know who's going to try to kill me before they try to kill me."
They do not know that he is going to leave the city, and they will not follow you. They are the Thayans, the Red Wizards.
Oh. That sounds terrifying. Good. I am glad they're not going to leave the city.
They never travel into the interior.
Sweet. He hops in a boat.
Yep, as then you guys travel down into the dock area or the river launch area, and Azaka is waiting for you, and you guys launch off into the Tariki River and begin heading south.
Quinn gets a curse. Thank you. Oh shit, and also fuck me. Also 2 extra curses for Quinn, so 3 curses for Quinn. So if you missed this earlier, we're gonna roll the curses now. We're gonna bring them in to the game at the beginning of next episode, so that Greg has some time to react and adjust them to our game. But we will read them out now. There's 3 of them in total. So 1 from Alienware, 2 from Artificer.
Wow.
Nice.
74, 48, and 78.
All right, 48 was the lowest one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 48, just as we're setting out here. The afflicted player perceives anyone looking at them or alone with them as having pitch black eyes and pale white skin.
It's the same one that Rurik got.
It's the one that Rurik's got. He is under the same effect like us. I'll put that on there. 73 was it?
74.
We're gonna get into a fight with each other. We're gonna be alone, and
Once per day, Quinn must roll a D1000. If it's a natural 1, he takes 30 D10 lightning damage. Or half as much on a DC 25 dex save.
Once a day.
Once a day. And 78 was the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad. Your hunger and thirst is multiplied by 3, but you can never have...
Oh my god!
You can never have more than 3 levels of exhaustion from hunger and thirst combined. Subsequently, you can't starve or die of thirst. Every 2 days that you're able to satiate your hunger, the multiplier goes up by 1 to a maximum of 9. It gets so bad.
That is literally the worst fucking one you could have gotten.
That's actually so
I'm going to fucking die.
bad. Yes.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It says you can't.
Well, you can't die from that. But
You
from...
just suck.
Yeah.
You just suck a lot. Yeah, you could die from something else.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
I like how they made sure it was 3rd level exhaustion, because that's attack rolls, right?
Right, yeah.
It's ability checks, movement halved, and then attack rolls and saving throws, right? It's just the worst one. Okay, so as you guys push off and you take the first day as you're watching as the interior of Chult spreads out before you, you're traveling down the Tariki River, and you notice on the bank, you see beauties of nature. You know, Quinn, you're kind of drawn into the colors and the flocks of parrots that kind of fly by. It's at this time during this first day and a half of the journey that Rorik, you reach into your pack for water that you're always grabbing because it's so incredibly hot. You're constantly trying to rehydrate yourself. And when you reach into your pack at the beginning of the second day, inexplicably, there is a cape inside. And it appears to be the exact same configuration as many of the parrots and the macaw birds that are flying around. You believe maybe your squire gave you a gift that you just haven't uncovered yet. And as you pull the cape out and kind of fluff it a bit, a small bone whistle topples out of it with 3 or 4 little knocks in the top of it. And it appears to be kind of a rudimentary carving, but it seems functional. And when you examine it, there is a likeness of the Saurus, a blue dyed icon carving on the edge of it. And whenever you kind of pull it out, the Saurus leans a little bit forward as it examines itself in the reflection of your armor. You guys also see some hideous shit. You see what appears to be a villager on the bank, and as you kind of inadvertently wave or make eye contact, it looks up, and as it looks up, you realize it's pulling the cheek of a dead corpse, and the white, milky eyes of a zombie looks back at you as it slowly chews the flesh from the face of this fallen person beneath it. It just chews, and it looks, and it goes back to feeding. And that is intermingled with the beauty that is Chult. And as you get about 2 days into this wonderful river cruise, Azeka turns around to you all and says, "You will help me first. We are going down the Tariki River, and then I will take you to Camp Vengeance."
Sounds reasonable.
She points up ahead, and far in the distance on a rise, you see this almost red rock tower kind of projecting out of the jungle itself. It looks to have some type of carving, even at this distance. And Quinn, you can see what appears to be large leather-winged birds flying around the outside of it. And she points and she says, "That's Firefinger." And that's where we'll end it tonight.
I don't like anything you just said.
You bastard.
I don't like any of the words you just used.
Nope. All of those words were bad in conjunction with one another.
I wanted to get us down different rivers, buddy, so you have something new to do instead of...
Oh, I like it. Yeah, for sure. Oh,
We're
man.
Camp Righteous.
Hey, guys. Man, well, that is where we're going to wrap up tonight's episode of Tomb of Annihilation, episode 4. Hopefully you guys in chat enjoyed it. Those watching it along on YouTube, please do let us know if you enjoyed it as well in Twitch chat and, of course, in the YouTube comments as well. Man, this one was fun. I enjoyed this one a hell of a lot. The dinos were great. It was great to have Myth back with us. Man, felt like a blast from the past today in the best possible way. So, let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find another online? And of course, if you guys in chat did enjoy it, please do let us know. And if you haven't already followed the show, hit that follow button and join us. We'll be back on tomorrow is... God, what day is it tomorrow, guys? Tuesday. Tuesday means 12 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on Arv and Elrond's channel playing Adventures in Middle-earth. And at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'll be with Josh and a bunch of others on The Long March. So if you enjoyed this, then holy shit. And thanks so much to Artificer for that cheer. Bye-bye, Artificer. I appreciate it, my friend. Thanks to all the support today as well, guys. As usual, it's been it's been an incredible time here. So much support from all of you. So let's go around the cast and crew. Greg, what do you think of tonight's show, my friend?
I had a blast. Now that we're out of Port Nyanzaro, we have some real fun shit that we can get into, as Will knows all too well.
All too well.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start to talk. Strider, go ahead and roll a D10 for me, please. I really like the mechanic of having the 9 trickster gods in here. I also love the mechanic of waiting a week to see what I have to do with all this shit, because it's tough to work it all in there. You say 5?
5.
Yep, 5.
Okay. As promised, at the end of each episode, because of the viewer decisions, I will let you know what the results were. Strider, you can now Rorik can host and can attune to 1 additional magic item. You also are risk averse and a slave to routine. That is your flaw. So you don't like to run into danger too much, and you like things the way you like them.
So every paladin.
My routine is slaying everybody.
Right. And then I will out myth on what he got for Al-Azhar. He can turn invisible as an action, but he must always speak the truth. So there you go, chat. That was the 9 trickster gods and what they have done. I'm Grimjack21502 on Twitch and Twitter. You can see me here again on Wednesday from 1 to 4, where I get to play some Call of Cthulhu and have some fucking blast. It is where it is at. It always is where it's at. And then that night, I get to roll into the city of Duskfall on Mike's channel, Unmade Gaming, where I play Steam, the Lurk with the God complex. John Harper, great RPG. And then you can find me back here on Mondays, going from 4:30 to 7:30, hosting this shit. And then in 2 weeks' time on my channel, my Call of Cthulhu adventure will start. It's a little pulp Cthulhu set right before World War II. So
Awesome.
more about that. Guys, thanks so much. Talk to you later.
Awesome. And that last cheer was for a curse for Quinn, so bear in mind. Another curse for Quinn to bring in the beginning of next session. Just more of the 9 trickster gods doing their thing. I love it. Mike from Unmade Gaming. Yourself.
That's me. That's where I'm from.
That's you.
Yeah, you guys can find me here every Monday for the foreseeable future until Will frees me of my demon contract.
Yep.
You can see me on my channel for the remainder of the week where we play other games because Will has selfishly cornered the market on D&D. We have Blaze in the Dark going. We're starting a new Swedish game called Simbaroom, and then we have some Cyprus systems coming up soon.
Man, I'm so jealous.
So
I love Simbaroom.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I met the guys who wrote it, and they are super awesome and super nice. So that's gonna be a really rad game to play. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Check that out, guys. Whatever I said. And I'm Unmade Gaming on all social media. And this was awesome, not only for Greg's on-point vocalizations of dinosaurs, but I've never had to fight or run away from a dinosaur in 15 years of D&D history. So
there you go.
That was a new experience.
Awesome.
I feel like there may be more of that.
Maybe a little bit more. Yeah. Strider, yourself.
Oh man, that was like a 180 from last week. We actually got stuff done this time, you know?
Yeah.
I'm playing in Greg's Call of Cthulhu game in a couple Sundays from now, so come check that out. Working behind the scenes at Encounter Roleplay. Got a couple adventures. I might post more than one at the end of this week. I'm not sure. Play catch up a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate the time. I appreciate being able to play with everyone. It's hard for the new kid to keep up with the cast of all-stars, I think, but I'm having a good time. So.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you, my friend. Mr. Mythomatic, yourself.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much. It was so much fun today playing with you, and playing with you guys in chat as well. It was good to be back. It's good to be. I feel home here. It's really nice to play with all of you guys again. Greg, hats off to you. It was a lot of fun playing with you today. It was super cool with all of the me not having to do. Usually people will be like, "Oh, a dinosaur," and I'd be like, and then I got to start doing dinosaur stuff. So it's kind of cool to have you do it, and I could just actually listen and watch. That was pretty cool. Get wrecked, Will, for not doing any dinosaur noises ever. And then my name is Mythomatic. I'm a roleplay and voiceover streamer or voice actor here on Twitch. You can take a look at twitch.tv/Mythomatic. That's where I am Mondays through Fridays. I do a variety gaming. This Wednesday, I'm going episode 2 of my subscriber game. I'm starting a new game soon on Fridays, and I'm looking to start getting that cast. It's a homebrew cipher system game coming out.
Nice.
The theme is on the download until I get it all squared away. Also, in a couple weeks, I'll be at TwitchCon. I'll be actually hosting a panel there called Playing the Character, Not the Game. It is an RP panel. I'm super hyped about that. It's actually going to be streamed here on Twitch, I think, on the PogChamp channel. So super hyped about that. Super terrified because, just little old me hosting.
Real people. Ugh.
Yeah,
right?
and hosting a panel, and which is, it's one thing if I'm like, hey, can I just do a panel and like be a part of it? I'm like, yeah, you can host it. I was like,
yeah. Fuck.
So that's gonna be fun. Thank you so much, guys. It's a blast to see you all. Hopefully, you guys, I'll see more of you more often as well.
Amazing.
Can't wait for next week.
And let's round it off with Mr. Josh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played a more unfortunate character in my entire life. Like it's difficult to get to this level of cursed, but I've done it. I
It's
achieved
good
it.
though because you're an OP class. The wild shape druid is now just
Yeah,
that person.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, because that entirely balances everything out. So
Yeah.
like I have some druid shapeshifting, but at the same time I have 7 curses now.
You win
So
some, you lose
Josh,
some.
I want to just level with you, Josh, right now. That for you right now, this is an experience for you to role play me in real life.
Yeah, this is,
7
So,
curses.
so I'm definitely going to check out mathematics playing the character, not the game, because it's difficult to play Mike. It's a challenge that I set myself, and I hate it, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. You've really got to get into sort of like the
Self-loathing is what it is.
that's the one.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
you
struggle with it every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays. I will be here tomorrow DMing the Long March, where the characters are actually also having trouble with curses and stuff has gone terribly wrong for them. It's okay. They're in a room with vampires and all cursed and shackled, and it'll be fine. Be fine. Druid will come and save them. Druid who can't move. Hey. And yeah, what's out tonight, Will? I believe there's something being released, tomorrow night?
Actually, tomorrow night, we're a little bit late on Tongue Close, so we've got a bunch of editing to do from it, and Wonder Quest, and all the other shows we're doing at the moment, because we're also, Saturday Learn by Play series is being turned into a podcast as well, so we've got 3 podcasts that we're editing at the moment between a group of us. So we're a little bit late on Tongue Cloaks, but we should be back on track. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning is when you should see that up in your iTunes feeds. If you want to listen to more Tongue Cloaks, you heard it on the break today, you can listen to it there, and Wonder Quest also has a new episode out on Wednesday. Respectively, we are number 2 and number 5 on the charts at the moment for games and hobbies, so it's really, really great to see both the podcasts doing so well, and that you guys are enjoying them. But yeah, we're going to go over and host the lovely Laurelania, who'll be playing with tomorrow on the Long March stream. And yeah, other than that, there guys, I'll be back on tomorrow at 12 PM Eastern on Arvin Elron's channel for a little bit playing some fun games. Then over back with Josh, Laurelania, and the rest of the cast and crew for the Long March at 5 to 8 Eastern. It's been a blast, guys, as always. Thank you so much for your support. Lots of love. Go enjoy Tia's stream. She is playing Dungeons & Dragons right now with our other cast member, Oho, who's on there, and they are doing some character creation at the moment, which is always good fun to watch. So, thank you guys for joining us. You know all the fucking social media links. You can find them here in case you don't, and we'll see you next time. Until then, try not to throw too many net ones. Won't be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody.